Hi everybody. Hope you're all well. Alright, let's just put the description in. So, hope you're all having a good day today, people. Right, let's copy that. So I want to talk a little bit about, because men are told that showing your feelings is weak or something, and I want to see what people think about that and why or why not. Like men should or shouldn't show their feelings or something. So I think what I would say is that there's a time and a place to like show your emotions as a man. It's like we're all human and we all have emotions, and there are times where things need to be let out, I would say. And if they're not allowed to be let out, that can lead to things get bottled up, and then that can lead to someone getting to breaking point if they don't let their emotions out. However, there are some times where men can sort of like, you could call them like crybabies and kind of crying over little things. That I think is a bit kind of pathetic, to be honest. So I think that the whole kind of thing is a bit kind of a nuanced topic, and where there are certain times where it's reasonable to show, whatever it might be, sadness or any of these kind of emotions and stuff, feeling upset or anything like that. But like but there are times where it's not really necessary, I don't think, to really kind of. Anyway, hi Squirrel, how you doing? Thank you for the like. So there's times where it's not really necessary, I don't think, but there's also times where I think it is necessary. There's times where I think that we should just learn to kind of just, deal with certain things. If it's something that's like, in the grand scheme of things, not a big issue, why do we need to kind of show our feelings? And like, we don't need to we don't need to be like oversharing everything and stuff like that. I don't support any football team, so there's times where we probably shouldn't be like sharing every bit and something happened to me today and I'm really sad today. It's like, well, but it's like, if it's just some kind of like small thing, I guess, then you could say it's not really like a big deal. Like, we all go through ups and downs and stuff, but if someone's really having some issues, like, then you could say that that's something that you need to kind of express to people, because otherwise people are going to think you're doing okay. And so there's at times where you need to kind of sort of like tell somebody, but what you mean, mind's mouth, what you're saying. I'm doing fine, thank you, Holly. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. So we just have to kind of sort of know when it's time to speak up. about things and know when it's not really, kind of something, maybe it's something trivial and that we should probably just kind of, I don't know, some might argue that we should just kind of, if we're having a bad day, then we should also talk about that as well. But, some people say you should just kind of not put that on everybody else or something. So what I don't know what you guys think about that. Like, should we be like oversharing everything and I'm having a bad day today and such a thing just happened to me and it's something that's not got anything to do with anybody else. Like, why do you need to tell them about it? But I think we should all be trying to support each other, I guess you could say. But I don't know, I'm just like kind of thinking about like when it's the right time to kind of, I guess be kind of vulnerable, if you will, as a guy, when it's, should you really be sharing every bit of, kind of badness that's happened or whatever, and whatever kind of bad mental health you're going through at that particular moment? Because on a day-to-day basis we can have ups and downs, and do we need to kind of put that on everybody? But the thing is, sometimes I would like, kind of like not seem particularly happy or something, and oftentimes that's the case where I'm just kind of somewhere in the middle, but people can perceive that as that I'm depressed or something. But like, I just find it kind of annoying when people would expect me to be smiling, even if I'm not particularly happy or whatever. It's like, shadow work, I've heard about that stuff. It's a tool that some people can use. But like, I'm just, talking about when, on a day-to-day basis, people, can have ups and downs, and they can be happy one minute, then they can be unhappy the next minute. But that's just being human, I guess. It's just we all have our ups and downs. We're all, we can all be have peaks and troughs. It's kind of like a roller coaster. You just go up and you go down. It's something deeper. What's something deeper? I mean, like, it's saying like my emotions and stuff are going to fluctuate, but if it's constantly, fluctuating, that's probably not a good thing. Like, if you're constantly going down into kind of, to unhappiness or whatever, then, and you're feeling sad a lot, then that could be a sign of depression or something. But the thing is that they try and like medicate people when they're feeling unhappy and whatever, and they're being told that they have chemical imbalances in the brain. So what they do is they tell you that you've got some issue in your brain, and that means that they have to put you on some lifelong, subscription of medication. It sounds like a bit of a scam to me, really. We created actual reality through our own assumptions. We live out the life we have told ourselves. That sounds like some manifestation BS. I don't know. Like, I've become quite skeptical of that. There's a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of grifters who are, in fact, I made a video about that, I don't know if you saw it, but just on the whole kind of thing, you can just create whatever you assume, but things aren't always going to go in your favor, is what I've realized. Even if you assume certain things, it isn't always going to happen the way that you want it to. There's things out of our control. Like I say, there's other people trying to achieve what you want to achieve. There's going to be like competition and things like that. So, but we live in a world where there's other people in it. It's not just you, it's like there's other people that try to compete for the same thing that you want. So like, I'm not saying you particularly, but I'm just saying like, if say someone wants to win a race, for example, there's other people trying to do the exact same thing. You know, only one of them can win. So most of our thoughts or assumptions are negative ones, the most, right? But it's like, you know, we're just kind of, I don't know, there's always going to be other people that might get in the way of whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. Like you let's say you're doing a 100-meter race or something, and only one person can win that race. Then you could say, well, you could come back the next year and still win it or something. But it's still never guaranteed. There's like other people that may have better genetics than you, and you know, it's because we think we've been learned the truth, but it's not. We work that out ourselves. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. But I don't know where everybody is anyway. It's kind of dead in here. So yeah, I thought some more people might have come in, but yeah. Like, I assumed that more people would have shown up, but it hasn't. So that goes to prove that assuming things doesn't always, you know, kind of, you know, give you the outcome. You expect certain things, and then it doesn't always go the way you expect it to, you know. But I don't know, guys. I might have to restart or something because it's just not really working, is it? So yeah. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but yeah, there's like two people, only one person chatting, so yeah, I don't know. Anyway, hi Jamie, good morning. How are you doing today? All right, yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, hope you're well today. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, we had some snow this morning when I got up. I think it's all melted now, or most of it has anyway. So look, I mean, yeah, there's a little bit left, but it's mostly gone. Why are you not okay? That's not good. But yeah, I don't know, but I'll give it a couple more minutes. If we don't get any more people, I'm gonna have to restart it or something. But yeah, I was hoping it would be a bit more lively. So I don't know. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. The weather's pretty crap outside today. It's like raining. It was snowing, but it had been snowing. I mean, when I woke up, it had already stopped, I think, but it's just raining. But it's supposed to be a bit warmer than it has been anyway. But it's supposed to got to like 8 degrees today or something, which is a lot warmer than it has been lately. Oh, really? Yeah. Well, I mean, you could be, but it's like, you know, you have to learn to be happy by yourself, really, because if you have this kind of needy energy, then it's like it's not going to attract the right person anyway. You have to learn to, you know, to be happy in your own company, because who wants to be with somebody that can't be happy by themselves? Who wants to be with someone that can only be happy when they're around somebody else? I mean, of course, you know, being with the right person should, you know, make your life better, but you should still be happy regardless. I mean, that's how I see it anyway, but we should just be trying to kind of, you know, to just find happiness by ourselves first. And, oh yeah, well, Carl Jung Oh yeah, I've heard of Carl Jung, but never really looked into him really. I mean, isn't he like some philosopher or something? I keep hearing these names being brought up. I mean, like a lot of these philosopher type of people, like, hello Jimmy, how you doing today? I hope you're well. I guess everyone's just kind of rolling out of bed. It's kind of Sunday morning, I suppose. It's kind of, yeah, a lot of people are probably still in bed, so yeah, lazy Sunday mornings and stuff, innit, you know? Um, oh God, can you please just not do this? Like, this is not a dating app, is it? Yeah, this is not a dating app, is it? What was it? Chloe, wasn't it? Something. I don't know. It's just, yeah. Anyway. I'm gonna probably have to just put you into like a timeout or something because it's not really appropriate. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be a female using their dad's account, which I thought was a bit kind of weird. Thank you for the 2 likes, people. So I'm just like, yeah, just get rid of them, you know, it's just, yeah, put them in timeout. I don't like ban people because I've heard that can actually hurt the algorithm. But I know like Yogi doesn't ban people, and he just like he gets people to just like delete their messages or time them out if they're playing up. But you were saying now like you can get sort of like people to sort of become better, and like they go from being trolls to being kind of, wasn't there that person called Tiger King or something who, hasn't he like kind of, I don't know, some people were saying that he was being nice today or something. Because I remember he used to troll the chats and stuff, and wasn't there somebody else as well that used to do that as well? Just mess around in these chats. I just don't know what people get out of doing that sort of stuff. But we were saying now it seems to be like a cry for help in some cases, like they're, you know. Yeah, some people are just kind of, they're just kind of, it's like doing it for attention or whatever, but I think there's something deeper where there's some misery going on or something, because if they were truly happy, then there would be, yeah. They wouldn't be doing all that, really. Feeds pathetic egos. Yeah, that's the thing. It's so you have to just stop feeding it because you're just kind of perpetuating all that. Hello, Jolene. How you doing today, Jolene? Thank you. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. I don't know if have you been here before, or I don't know, but welcome in anyway. Nice to meet you. And we've got 9 volts on the pole, so yeah. All right, how are we doing, people? Thank you for the 4 likes. I'm just walking around aimlessly. Oh, hang on. Oh, you was one of the first ones to subscribe. Oh, really? I don't know. To be honest, I kind of forget who's subbed and who isn't, to be honest, but yeah. But welcome in anyway. How's the weather where you are anyway? We had some snow this morning, but most of it's gone now. Yeah, it's been pretty cold lately, but it's supposed to be warming up. But we've got rain at the moment, so it's a bit miserable, really. We've got 6 people watching now. Hello. It's just cold snow gone. Where are you from? Yeah, it's just grey and miserable now. Oh, hello. Yeah. Well, you're begging for attention, so whatever. Time out. Yeah, just. I mean, I remember there was somebody called Jolene, but I don't know if it was you, because sometimes you get people with the same name and stuff. Yeah. It's like people just try and like point their finger at other people, but usually with these people, they have some issues themselves, because they say, don't they, that for every finger you point at somebody, 3 fingers are pointing back at you. So just remember that when you're pointing your fingers at people, like, just take a look at yourself and like what, you're probably not perfect yourself. Oftentimes people do that as a way of deflection of their own, taking responsibility for themselves. Hello, GP. Just if you have nothing good to say, just don't say anything. We'll just get rid of it. It's just all you're doing is just wasting your time, basically. So anyway, yeah, freedom of speech, but I also have the freedom to just kind of boot you out if I don't like it. So hello. Oh God, here we go. We're getting trolls now. Yeah. Anyway, no one is perfect, Jimmy. We shall try to be honest and kind in life, and things would be much better. Yeah, it would be great, but that's like an ideal world, like a utopia, It's just, but unfortunately, we don't live in a world where everyone just is honest and fair with each other. We live in this dog-eat-dog world. We just have all this, people competing against each other. And hello, Stan Flicks. Okay, what's that? I have a feeling this is another troll, but hey man, what's up? Hello, forward to Fork Tone. It sounds like another one of these accounts or something. Just again, if you have nothing good to say, why bother? Just yeah, it's a rough world that we live in, and I'm just gonna time this person out, I think, because they're not actually like contributing anything positive to the chat, Like, people who are happy in their own lives don't go out their way to try and put others down, is what I've come to realize. Anyway, hope you're all doing well today. So so we hit 4K subs the other day, so we're growing, but yeah, just but we do get a lot of trolls and things. But I want to get back to the topic of showing vulnerability and all that, and is that something that men should be doing? Because we've got this whole like 2 sides of that, where you've got people saying men should be more vulnerable, and because it can help with the whole mental health thing, but then you've got on the other side people saying men need to man up and stop being a pussy, and you just have to deal with it, kind of thing. I think, like I said, I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think there's times where we have to try and just self-reflect and learn when, to like kind of deal with things whenever we can. But when things are getting so bad, then we have to kind of, reach out and get help, I think, or just, we try and find it ourselves, try and maybe do some shadow work or whatever. But some people use like a therapist or something, and that can, be good for certain people, and it can give them some direction. Hello, Stevie. How you doing? Hello, Jeff. Anything that stifles your growth does not correspond with strength. So what's that in regards to then? About the topic. Hello, Adam. When will 2 girls get their own cup in this world. What do you mean? You know, about the whole two girls, one cup thing. Hi, Stevie. How you doing? Hope you're well today. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. Make sure you like the live. Anyway, so, yeah, Squirrel, are you still there? Yeah, like, I don't know if Yogi's watching. I know he was saying that he was gonna, at some point, come and watch, but I guess because he does his own things and he doesn't always get to watch when I'm on. Usually, sometimes we clash times and stuff like that. If you ignore your emotions, if you don't cry, if you don't heal, if you don't accept some concept. Yeah, I think, like I said, there's times where if these emotions are starting to like build up, and if you just keep ignoring them and not, because it's gonna release, it's just like it's like pressure building and building and building to a point where it bursts. It's kind of like that. You have to address it before it gets to that point where it's dangerous, isn't it? You know? Yeah, exactly. It's like we're told that being, vulnerable is a sign of weakness. And I think that there is a time where that can be seen as a weakness. I think it's about being vulnerable around the right people. Like, you have to know who you're kind of, opening up to, and you shouldn't be like opening up to people who could potentially just like use it against you. There is people like that out there who will just kind of take advantage of you and, sort of see you as like as weak, someone that they can, like they'll, prey on you basically. It's like the medicine must go deeper than the poison. Yeah, that's the thing. It's to like counteract the poison, it has to be stronger. Yeah. So yeah, just but it's just this whole kind of like, I suppose the whole kind of tough guy persona, and a lot of that's all just a facade, and a lot of these tough guys are actually insecure deep down, and that they put out this kind of very, like inflated egos, and like showing that they're this rock, that they're this, like emotional rock. I mean, that they never show emotions, and that they're pretty much just like a robot. But that's not being human, is it really? I don't go to church. I'm not a religious person. So you have to sort of like just be real and just not be some fake. It's like, because people want to be like this alpha male, phenotype, if you will. But the thing is, that's not really, it's just like a fake, sort of like it's like a, it's just like a robot. Like it's like you get these people like, these alpha male influencers trying to act all tough and all that. And a lot of them are on roids as well, and they're just, the only emotions that they show is just anger. Like, they just seem like very bitter, angry people. I don't know. Hello, Morty James. What's this? You must love what you have, although it is hard at times. The suffering to be here is the love you have to wake up every day and continue in this mess. If we cannot do it for ourselves, then we must do it for the ones who can't. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Sash and Raj. How you doing? Good to see you today. Hope you're well. So yeah, we have to just kind of this is the thing. It's like, if you can't do something for you, try and do it to, like, for example, this is where it comes down to like deeper purpose in life. Like, maybe, if you can maybe do something for charity, for example, that can be a good way to sort of motivate yourself to, to get out of bed in the morning, because you know that you're helping society. I don't know if this was true, but I remember there was this story about somebody who had depression. I don't know where this come from, but whether it was even a real story, but it sounds like something that could happen though. Let's say someone who, had depression, and then what happened is someone was, like in a burning building or something, and they went and, saved a person from a burning building, and after that, they no longer had depression. So I think that can be possible in some cases where as soon as someone feels like they've done something of like, that they feel like they've directly had some kind of service in the world, then they feel like they've, like their life means something and is valuable in some way. Hello, Lady Sky, how are you doing? Good to see you. What you ignore within you grows into the God you bow to. The traits you deny do not disappear, they possess you in secret. Gotta beat ourselves. You mean gotta beat ourselves? And this game we are stuck in the conditioning and indoctrination. Yeah, you just have to kind of just let out all these toxic feelings and whatever. It's got to be released. And some people will do journaling. That can help for some people, like just to do journaling, but I think it can be good to let stuff out to people. There's this thing about releasing trauma, and that one of the ways of doing it is to tell somebody that you trust, just because it might be some kind of like evolutionary thing or whatever, that like it's sort of like when you're bottling up trauma, it's like you want to like release it, but like you have it inside you, but it's eating away at you. So what happens is if you release it, then you're kind of warning other people about it, and it's a way of like sort of saying, this is what happened to me, and it's like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it's another thing is that they say trauma is stored in different parts of the body. So doing things like certain stretches, I've heard, can actually help release that, because it's like a tension that's in the body, this trauma that, and I've heard that you can actually help to release the trauma by certain movements and things. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Trauma, I know it's a very touchy subject. I remember I was talking about it with somebody a while ago, and I think they're a bit kind of, because I remember I was talking about the whole like tattoo thing, and because some people say that being basically like covered in tattoos, I don't know what you guys think about this, but because it is a touchy subject, I know, but it's like, what are your thoughts when people like cover themselves in tattoos? Is that a normal thing to be doing? Now, okay, if you have like one or two tattoos and they mean something to you, fair enough, but it's like when you're covering yourself and just scarring your body with loads of tattoos, is that maybe a sign that people are, kind of hurting? Some might say it's a form of SH. So, nature is really good, going back to natural sustainment. And that's the thing, it's like, we become so far from nature that, it's like people wouldn't even know how to live in nature anymore. Like people don't even know what's even edible in nature, for example. Like people don't even know people wouldn't even know how to tell if something's edible. Like for example, if you want to know if something's edible, this is a tip that I've heard can help people find that out. What you do is you put something on your like lip or something, let's say, or your skin. I think you do it on your skin first. What you do, take like one of these berries, and you would rub it on your skin. If that causes some kind of rash or something like that, throw it away, it's dangerous. And then what you do is you put it on your lip, and then you put it on your tongue and whatever, and it's like, so it's a way of kind of like testing the waters sort of thing, and like seeing, is this safe to eat? So it's like we don't even know how to even tell if something's edible, and we just kind of, oftentimes there is lots of berries and stuff like that we could eat, but oftentimes we don't even know that because people are just so kind of far from all that. You know what I mean? Well, it's like yoga and Tai Chi, yeah. I've heard, isn't Tai Chi meant to be more for like older men? Because I kept seeing this advert pop up on YouTube where they were saying running destroys the joints and Tai Chi builds them back up or something like that. But I mean, I don't necessarily think there's anything wrong with running. I guess if you do it properly and you don't do too much of it. I think there's a lot of fear mongering around running, but I think that we have to just find a balance of, you don't want to maybe do too much high impact stuff, but I do think there is a benefit to doing some kind of impact exercises, like there's plyometrics and stuff like that, and arguably if you do some like plyo type of exercises and stuff, that could actually help strengthen your joints and your bones and things like that. So I think there's benefits to that. Hello, Albin, how are you doing? I hope you're well. So I think there can be benefits to incorporating lots of different exercises, but it's when you do something too much that can become like repetitive strain injury then. And hello, Manix, how you doing? Welcome back. How are you doing today? So you don't want to do too much of like high, impact stuff, but I think there can be a place for it. Like, yeah, I mean, it's natural to move your body in different ways, and it's natural to run. Like, probably this concrete stuff isn't the best surface for that. I mean, it's not a natural surface, really, is it? So, hello, Real Digital, how are you today? So, like, running on like this hard surface that's like, that's probably what a lot of that's coming from. But I do think that there is benefits to some like impact exercise and stuff. What's my type of men? I like the ones with the. It's going back to the. I'm going back to the. What is it? The what's it called? Harry Enfield skit, where it's like the ones with the sticky out chests and the lost spawn tummies. Those are the guys I like. Yeah. Oh, good. Hello, Michael. How you doing? Oh, good for you. Oh, here we go. Goodness. Jeremy says, how did you afford this house? Do you earn a lot of money? That surprised me. Well, what's that got to do with you, really? Albin, sorry, I can't understand what you're saying. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Hope you're all well. Share this out if you can, that would be really appreciated. But yeah, just talking about, showing emotions and stuff like that. And yeah, because there's a lot of people trying to, shame people for doing that and saying that is, maybe that's just, they're saying, no, that's weak or whatever, and it's not something that men should be doing and blah, blah, blah. But I think that we should be able to release those when things are getting that to that point. It's just, there's a lot of like, people promoting stoicism. I think that there is, like a sort of place for stoicism and being strong-minded and not, kind of, complaining all the time about things and, can you just stop with this, please? Stop spamming the chat, please, okay? Like there is a time and a place for stoicism and being hard and being strong and all that, but we also need to realize when, okay, things are going tough and that we need to, you know, reach out for help and whatever, because that can be a bit, yeah, hi JRS Presents, welcome back. Good to see you all today, yeah. Well, I'm glad that, yeah, some people have come into the chat, so thank you for the 8 likes, everyone. Yeah, we got 27 votes on the thing. We didn't get 27 likes, though. If only they all just liked the live or something. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you? Hello, Stalwart. What's my favorite type of quiche? I don't know. I mean, I had quiches like a long time ago. I didn't even know there was like really that many types of quiches or something, but aren't they just some like kind of, they're like a kind of posh flan sort of thing? It's like a French kind of like, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really too familiar with all that, to be honest. I remember there was a thing called quiche Lorraine or something, but I don't know. I'm not really too familiar with it all. Anyway, thank you all for joining me today. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. 9 now, yeah, on 9 likes. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, I'm not too bad, thank you. What was your name again? Hello, Kai-son. Do I like horror games? I've never really played horror games. I do like some horror films and stuff. I do like, what is it? I actually started to get a bit into like found footage horror. I don't know if any of you have watched that kind of stuff. I was watching some stuff on YouTube, like found footage stuff. I quite like that because it just, I feel like it feels like you're watching like a recording or something of actual horror rather than some kind of, you know, big massive production of just some really, sometimes it can get a bit corny. I don't know, some of the really like dramatic kind of like, you know what I mean, the really, it can almost be like overproduced in a sense. Like, I don't know, I find the found footage stuff can just feel more raw and kind of like real and more unsettling, like versus a lot of these like big production stuff with all the really just like corny kind of stuff. I don't know if you know what I mean. Who's Megan? Yeah, I'd have to look at that one, but it's just I like stuff like the back rooms and stuff like that. It's quite good. I've watched a lot of the clips of them. Because it kind of bases it on like liminal spaces and stuff, and I quite like that liminal horror type of genre. Like, I mean, you could argue that The Shining was kind of like liminal horror in a way because of there's that thing in the hotel where it's empty and just creepy, and there's that creepy empty corridor. It kind of gives it that liminal feel because, well, liminal space is when spaces that normally you would see with people in them and stuff, like say, for example, a petrol station or maybe like a school corridor, a hotel corridor, something like that. But when it's out of its usual context, there's something eerie about that, and it can be a good setting for horror. Even things like children's playgrounds, when it's say like on a rainy day or something, they're not using it, can give you a bit of an unsettling feel because it's taken out of its context of having people, yeah, like shining, yeah, here's Johnny, yeah, that's the classic one, yeah, it was a good film, that one, yeah. I actually watched it with my grandma, but yeah, she was more, I think, into like thrillers and stuff like that. She liked, she liked a lot of stuff like Clint Eastwood and yeah, she liked, what else was there? Just a lot of like, yeah, just that type of stuff, really. Things that are beyond comprehension or cosmic horror or best. What do you mean beyond comprehension? You're talking about things like fourth dimension and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember I watched a film called, I think it was called The Uninvited or some. Was it not? Yeah, I think it was called The Uninvited or something like that. Whatever it was called. Was it The Uninvited? It might have been. I think it was called The Uninvited. It was like, yeah, it's not like a usual horror film. It's like, but it was yeah, it was one of those that's like, I don't know, it kind of keeps you in kind of like a suspense, and I'm not gonna like spoil it or anything. It's just but yeah, it's because if you haven't seen it, but I think yeah, it was called The Uninvited. Yeah, I hope everyone's having a good day. Oh, where it's left on like a cliffhanger. Yeah, sometimes like, yeah, that's sort of like makes you wonder, and like where it hasn't, sort of it's like open to interpretation and like where it's gonna go. Yeah. If I remember, they did that with like the Godzilla film, where they kind of. I remember I saw a Godzilla film like back in 2014, and if I remember, the ending was kind of like a cliffhanger or something, but where you just wondering like what's going to happen. But like, but you're talking about like, are you talking more like, yeah, that sort of we don't know what's happened kind of thing, and you're sort of like, yeah, left to wonder like, did that person die or are they still alive? Where they didn't show or something, like they might have, for example, cut the film exactly at the moment where, say, like some incident was going on, and you don't know if that person survived that or something like that. Yes, things that leave you with more questions. Yeah, because that makes it more like unsettling, doesn't it? Then, where it can confuse you and like, yeah. Yeah, it was like, I have to think, is there any films like that I can really think of that do that? Anyway, thank you for the 10 likes, everybody. But yeah, that was it. Like with Backrooms, it's like that thing where they stop the film exactly at the moment where shit's going down or something, and you don't know if like what happened to that person at that point. Well, it does seem as though that person got like unalived or something by whatever was going on. But I saw some of them were, there was one I think in like an airport terminal or something like that, and at the end of it was just like there was nothing like kind of, you didn't see anything like happen, but the film just stopped, so you wonder like what happened after that sort of thing. So yeah, there's all sorts of different settings that they've been doing the Backrooms, and there's ones where they've done them in like kind of like swimming pool areas and stuff like that, and these really unsettling kind of areas where you would normally see them with people in, and that's what makes it unsettling. It's not the area itself, it's the context of it. Because yeah, like oh yeah, Kane Pixels, that's the one. Yeah, he's really good with like the animations and stuff, because he makes it look like you're watching an actual sort of like recording. Like you wouldn't just immediately tell that it's just some kind of Blender thing. 'Cause I think they use Blender because Blender's this really cool kind of thing that you can use. I remember there used to be a thing, well, it used to be called Google SketchUp or something, whatever it was called, where you can like do like say designs and stuff with it. But I think it then just becomes SketchUp. Yeah. Hello, Seas Hawk. How you doing? But you can use Blender to make like films and stuff. But some people would use them to like make sort of like designs and stuff, like 3D designs. Like they could like print off like whatever they've designed and stuff. Stalwart, hello. Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, so yeah, horror games, I'm kind of like, yeah, I've never really played them. Wasn't there one called Silent Hill or something? I've never played it, but it's supposed to be good, I think, but what's up, man? I just want to thank you for all the content and going live. We appreciate it. You are quickly becoming my favorite home. Oh, God. Okay. I thought you was being serious for a second, and then, oh, God. And then that, and oh, goodness. So, yeah, like, I once used Blender, but I wouldn't even be able to use it now. It's just, there's a massive like learning curve to that kind of stuff, but someone kind of showed me how to use it a while ago. But yeah, they're quite confusing to use, a lot of these programs. There's a lot of different features, so it's hard to kind of, can be a bit hard to navigate and learn about it all. Like there was a thing I had at college. I used to do like an engineering course, and we used a thing, I think it was called AutoCAD or something like that. Which is a similar kind of thing where you would make like 3D designs and stuff with it. You would use it to kind of make like renderings of like whatever you want to print out or something. They actually had a 3D printing machine there, which kind of looked like a coffee machine. Basically, you could like, let's say you wanted to print some kind of things out. Maybe it was for like parts of some kind of product or something, like you could use something like AutoCAD or something to do that. So it stands for computer aided design. So it's like yeah, some of it, like some programs were like 2D, some were like 3D, and I think, yeah, AutoCAD, it was like, you could do like 3D on there and stuff, so. Yeah, CAD Cam, is that the one that you used or who used that one? Yeah, I mean, I tried on Blender, but because the thing with Blender is it's free, so that's good. So that's why probably a lot of people use Blender, and it seems to be just as good as any other ones. It's like an open source one. It's like for example, you've got OBS, which is open broadcasting software, so you can use it for free. It's like a sort of donation thing where if people want to support it, they can donate to it. I think it's good when people do things like that because it's not gonna like discriminate against people who maybe don't have a lot of money and that they don't want to like be they don't need to like pay for it then, It's like a pay as you feel kind of thing. There's actually stuff out there like that where you can actually get food from certain places where they might say have like community cafes and stuff like that where you pay as much as you feel like. I quite like that because it's sort of, because then it's like it's inclusive and it's sort of welcome back, one person edits, how you doing? Hope you're well. And yeah, there's like, it means that people can just kind of pay as much as they feel like. If they feel like it's worth a certain amount or they have a certain amount of money to pay for it, then they can do that, Because I was thinking a while ago that I could have some kind of like community, something that's like where like might be a Discord or something like that, where we would get more into kind of deeper into certain topics and helping people more at a deeper level, I guess, by really kind of maybe giving people more bespoke kind of help on certain things at a certain point. And that would be something that could be done on like a donations basis rather than a kind of fixed amount of money that people have to pay to join, because I think that we shouldn't be trying to gatekeep things behind a paywall, really. Now, I understand why some people would do that, but I kind of feel like it's not really right, because then there's some people who maybe just don't have the money, and or they might be a bit reluctant to part with so much of their money to be able to kind of, I mean, oh, thank you. Yeah, what video was that? I did a cat video, just been putting out random videos and stuff and just trying to experiment with different things, I got like 1,700 views, but anyway, I hope everyone's had a good day. And yeah, just got to try and stay positive, haven't we? Just, there's no point in getting down and worrying about things that are out of our control, because that just leads to suffering and, just disappointments and things. Just try to focus on the things that you do have control over. I know it's easier said than done sometimes, but what else are we supposed to do, eh? Like, we've all just got to try our best to live the best that we can. And yeah, that's the thing. Some things you can't help, Like, for example, I'm on the autism spectrum, and there's certain things that I wish I didn't have, but then you've got to try and not get down about it, because the thing is, the more that you what I've come to realize is that the more that you try to sort of resist something, the more that it has a hold over you, paradoxically. So the more that you let go of something, the more it doesn't have a hold over you. Hi, Rohit. Yeah, I've had people say that before. I guess maybe the hair kind of adds to that a bit. I don't know. I noticed they tend to have like a similar kind of hairstyle to what I've got. Anyway, Stalwart says, me too. What are you saying? You're talking about like the autism or something. But, it's best to just kind of not feel ashamed of that or anything like that, because that's just going to have more of a hold over you. And you want to make sure that you're not letting things have a hold of you. You've got to try and see the positives in everything. There is also positives to the condition, because for one, you're probably going to be a lot more honest and real. And hello, Peter. And there's a lot of fakery in this world, There's a lot of just fake people in this world. And oftentimes we can be good at like, sort of like analyzing people and stuff like that. Hello, Sarah. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, we can be good at like seeing if someone's like actually fake or real, because it's like, because we can sort of analyze certain things. We can, if someone says certain things, and we can be like, we can tell if someone's being honest or not. But then in certain situations we can miss certain cues. So it's kind of like it has its trade-offs, is what I'm saying, but there is benefits of it as well. And we can sometimes bring a good perspective to things. If, say, like someone has certain questions about somebody, we could then, be like, okay, what's this person saying? Does what this person's saying actually make sense? Because we could just analyze that and be like, Yeah, this sounds like a load of BS. Okay, you have a great Sunday too. Yeah, well, bro, hope you're well. Yeah, not too bad, thank you. Where are you from, by the way, anyway? Nice to meet you. Is this your first time here? But yeah, if anyone's new, yeah, welcome. My name's Jamie, and yeah, I'm 30 years old. I live in York in the UK. So yeah, I may restart in a minute. I don't know. So it has kind of dropped off. So yeah, it has dropped off in the chat and stuff. So I may have to start a new one. I don't know, but we'll see. I mean, is anybody still there? Let me know if you're watching, people. Or first time in Australia. G'day, mate. Put another shrimp on the barbie. Yeah. Yeah, someone was saying how, like, politics seem to be like, popular to talk about these days, especially here in the UK. But I can't keep talking about that stuff all the time because it just gets depressing when you're just talking about all these things that, you're at the mercy of these fucking governments and whatever, and it's just, what I mean. DJ Master Groove, how you doing? Hello, mate, what you up to? And it's fine. Grey, cold Sunday. Not a whole lot, just, yeah, it's been snowing. Yeah, when I got this morning, there was like covered in snow, but most of it's gone now. It's just grey and dull now and just damp. It's just wet, miserable. But it is what it is, really. What's the weather like in Australia? I bet it's nice in Australia, right? Yes, nice weather. Yeah, gonna go and have a barbie on the beach. Yeah, and just like sunbathe and get a nice tan. Politics are dreary, I reckon. A lot of politics are just hiding other stuff going on in the background. That's what I think. A lot of a lot of distractions going on, and I think that these politicians aren't actually really the ones pulling the strings. There's people that are above that. There are people in secret society. I know it might sound like conspiracy theories, but it's like, truth is oftentimes stranger than fiction, It's like we're dealing with some really weird, things going on, and a lot of just shady deals going on in the background, secret handshakes and all that kind of stuff. We don't know the half of what's going on. 41 degrees C yesterday and 20 C today. That's quite a difference. Wow, that's like 21 degrees of cooler. That would feel like going from like, like a nice sunny warm weather to like the Arctic or something like that. Difference. Wow, that's crazy. Oh God, my Australian accent. I don't know. Is my Australian accent okay? Let's be real. Am I okay, or does it need a lot of work? I mean, it's like a very stereotypical Australian accent, isn't it? 41 degrees. It nearly got that hot. I think it was about 39 degrees here in where I live, like a few years ago, about 3 years ago. So yeah, that was hot for the UK, really. I think it got to about 40 in Lincolnshire. That was the hottest it's ever been. Your accent is decent, drops off towards the end. Yeah, they say you're supposed to like, go high at the end of the sentence. Like, yeah, you've got to try and add that kind of inflection or something to kind of make it more authentic, I guess. Yeah. It's like every time you're like talking, it's like asking a question. It's like, how's the leather? So I guess that's more like it as guess where you. So I kind of forget to like It's like because like normally we kind of would probably just drop at the end of the sentence. Like I would normally when I'm talking, I would drop at the end of the sentence rather than going up like I'm. Because some would say that like if you drop at the end of the sentence, it makes you sound more authoritative, if you will. That's one of the tips I remember they said if you want to be taken more seriously. That if you end the sentence with like an inflection, it makes you sound like you're really unsure. Like I'm asking a question. It's like I sound like one of those valley girls. Like they go up, like the end of the sentence. It's like, oh my God. It's like so awesome. It just sounds really just like ditzy and kind of like you're not very, intelligent kind of thing. But if you go down at the end of the sentence, then, or at least not go up, like if you don't have this inflection, it's like you hear somebody like Jeremy Clarkson, and he's quite known for having that quite sort of authoritative sounding voice, like just the way he speaks has a certain charisma to it. UK is not so great at the moment, is it? It's hang on. It's like instead of asking permission, you make a statement, like you're just letting them know what you're doing instead of asking. It's a real mix. Are you talking about the Australian accent? Is that, I don't know what you're talking about really, but yeah, there's like, I remember there was this thing of like, there was this like scandal of, what was she called? There was this like person who tricked a bunch of like investors to buy into her fake product, whatever it were, something Holmes, whatever she was called. It was she was like that. She had this company that turned out to be all fake or something, but people noticed that she was intentionally trying to lower her pitch to make her sound more authoritative or something. So that, what was she called? Elizabeth Holmes, I think she was called, or something like that. I think I'd have to check that, but I think that was the but it was some kind of like fake product or something that was pitching to investors to try and neuro linguistics. Yeah, that's what it is. Well, there's a thing called NLP, which stands for neuro linguistic programming, and they say how they use that a lot in like the media, like as a way to try and to get people to kind of really sort of get indoctrinated, basically. I was saying how it kind of goes deep, this kind of stuff, with how they try to condition, and it's not just about governments being corrupt and all that. There are media's being used as like kind of PR to try and sort of push certain agendas, I believe. Hello, Bob is cool. Hello, James Coombs. Oh, really? That's okay. We live in 2026, so people can be whatever they want to be, that's fine, We're just, Hi is the wind for real. There you go, that's the wind. Hello, bro, Jesus is the Lord. Okay. Whatever you want to believe, that's okay. Yeah, food has massive conspiracy behind it, says Sarah. Yeah, I mean, food is, I was looking into this whole microplastic stuff, and so one of the things I would say for that is dietary fiber is meant to be a good way to like help to get rid of some of it that you've ingested. Also, I've heard sweating it out might help as well, but I've heard some of it can still get into your organs. So there's only so much you can do, but the best thing to do is to try and avoid it. But then it's almost impossible to avoid. There's plastic everywhere. It's an absolute nightmare. But I was looking into like alternative plastics, like bioplastics and stuff. Like people would use things like plant cellulose from hemp, or from, I've even seen, banana peels and stuff like that being used, or other kinds of materials. So yeah. Okay, I appreciate that, Bob. It's cool, but I'm personally not religious. So yeah. So anyway, just this whole plastic stuff is everywhere, microplastics, and it's hard to avoid, really. Even like, say, the phone that I'm using right now, it's got all this plastic stuff, and I could be like ingesting that. So what we're supposed to do, it's just, this plastic is everywhere. We can't just avoid exposure to it completely, can we, But yeah. But I've heard it can possibly interfere with reproductive health. I don't know how much it can, but I've heard it could have some effect on reproductive health. Hello, silly sausage. I'm all right, thank you. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. So yeah, it's just a bit concerning with all this, like with the, like the risks on like, and all that, yeah. I'll take care, Sarah. See you again soon. Hi, Rampart. Do you wake up after a sleep? No, I don't. I don't sleep. I've got superpowers and I don't need to sleep, so. But for real, I heard somewhere, isn't it like whales or something like that technically don't need to sleep or something, because they just shut off half the brain and they keep the other half of the brain awake, because it's something to do with like they need to stay somewhat aware because of like predation, or not, is it predation or something like that? I don't know like what it is, but like they could be like vulnerable if they're sleeping or something like that. Do fish see water? I mean, it's like someone was saying, is water wet? And they were saying water's not wet because, or at least a single drop of water, like a single particle of water is technically not wet, because saying that it makes things wet, but it itself is not wet or something. I mean, that is a bit confusing to me. Like, can anyone kind of explain how water itself is not wet or something? Like, I guess it's like, I don't know. Like, I guess there's probably going to be, I bet there's some kind of massive like subreddit or something like that where there's people debating over that, I bet. In fact, I might actually look into this right now and see if there's people arguing about, is water wet? Let's have a look. I mean, because you would think, okay, well, of course water's wet. I mean, why wouldn't it be? Let's see what it's, whether water is wet is a philosophical and semantic debate. Hello, chicken, potato, pizza. chicken potato pizza. So there's like pizza with chicken and potato. I've never seen a pizza with potato on it or something. Bob is cool, okay. I appreciate that that's what you believe, but I don't think it's a good idea to try and just keep trying to like push these things. And I've already said, I'm not a religious person, and that's just how it's gonna be. I don't think that you're gonna be convincing me anytime soon. So yeah. Wetness describes a liquid adhering to a solid surface, meaning water makes things wet but isn't inherently wet itself, like how fire isn't burnt but burns things. However, if wet means made of liquid, then water is wet, as water molecules interact, adhere, cohere with each other, forming that liquid state we perceive as wetness. So, I mean, I have an open mind, but it's like you just, all these people who want to talk about their religions and stuff, and like, but I have not seen any evidence to support what they're saying. So, hello, Mazen Salah, how's it going? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. That would be really appreciated. So, yeah, so the definition of wet that's the word the semantics is. So wet describes a state where a liquid like water is on something else. A solid. Water is the cause of wetness, not the thing being wet. Analogy, a flashlight isn't light, it produces light. Similarly, water isn't wet, it makes things wet. At an atomic level, wetness is about adhesion, liquid to solid. Water molecules stick to each other, cohesion, but this isn't different from a surface becoming wet. And then we've got arguments for water being wet. Subjective experience, we feel wetness when water touches us, and the experience is intrinsically linked to water itself. Self-interaction, water molecules stick to each other, cohesion. If you define wet as a liquid's ability to maintain contact with itself, then water is wet. Made of liquid, if wetness means being composed of liquid, then water is wet. So this is where it kind of, this is the whole debate on it. It's like, hello JB, do I, no, unless it's, I'm just gonna like not say that, but yeah. No, but yeah. I mean, why would you need to keep on like pushing this stuff in here? I don't know. It's a bit kind of, I don't know. I'm just saying that I'm not personally. I don't, subscribe to religion and all that kind of stuff. But I respect that everyone's got their own views on it and stuff. I just personally, I just don't subscribe to it myself. So anyway, thank you for the like in the live. It's got 12 likes on the live. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope you're all having a good day today, everyone. Share the live if you can. That would be really appreciated. Yeah, what's everybody up to today then? Yeah. All right. So I was talking earlier about men showing feelings and stuff. So Islam says there's no compulsion in religion. Leave him alone. Always Christians forcing their views. I've had some people with like Islam trying to kind of push their views as well. So it seems to happen on both sides. What's this channel about? We talk about many things. We talk a lot about mental health. We talk about health. We talk different things. But sometimes I just talk about random stuff. Like earlier I was just talking about horror films and stuff like that, But so it's not, I don't have a particular agenda usually. I just kind of just go with whatever I feel like at the time. I just kind of usually free flow, but I've kind of put this thing in the title to try and just kind of have a focal point. around, vulnerability and showing emotions and stuff like that. What's my star sign? I am a Cancerian. Why? What's my goal? My goal is to just try and, connect with people and just try and, I don't know, just to talk with people online and get to kind of know people and just sort of find some kind of common interests and just have, talks about these different things and stuff. So if you truly believe this, then why would I not try to show you what kind of person would I be? What you mean? Religious people, we should do better. Our actions actually push people away when we do this. Yeah, it's like when you get the people standing in the streets just like shouting about God and all that kind of stuff. If anything, I think it probably does the opposite. They just get a reputation of being really annoying and just yeah. There's a thing called like the Socratic method. If you want to try and convince somebody of your way of life or whatever, or just convince somebody of something, then the best way to do it is through suggestion, through more kind of planting a seed, because they need to think that they've come to it on their own. That's what they do. Where am I from? I'm from the UK. What am I passionate about? I like health and fitness. Those are my main things I like to get into. But so yeah, it's just so let's look at the Socratic method real quick. So this is from the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates. Socratic method. So I'll just type that in and so that people can understand what exactly I'm talking about. Socratic method. So I can explain it a bit better. So the Socratic method is a cooperative question-based dialogue where a teacher guides students to discover knowledge and challenge assumptions by asking probing questions rather than lecturing facts. Developed by the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates, it's used to foster critical thinking, stimulate deeper understanding, and explore complex ideas by revealing inconsistencies in reasoning, pushing participants to formulate and defend their own conclusions. So, yeah, what's this? It's best to show through character. It's best for people, like I said, Socratic method is about questioning people's assumptions and letting them kind of come to their own conclusion. Because like I said, if you're lecturing people about things, then it's seen as pushy, it's seen as like you're trying to tell people the way rather than getting people to kind of challenge their own assumptions and then letting them kind of have sort of a eureka moment themselves, I guess. I mean, there is some issues with that, JB, I would say. I'm not on gear now. There is issues with like immigrants and with like illegal immigrants, but there is good immigrants as well, like those like doctors and nurses and stuff like you get from like different countries, like whether that be China, the Philippines, etc. So I do think that there is benefit to having some immigration in this country, but the problem is when we've got, say, some of these illegals that are not exactly kind of giving immigrants a good name when they're sort of, they're just exploiting the system. But the thing is, it's the government that's to blame for but all they're doing is just exploiting it. So I don't think they're necessarily, evil people, some of them, but like I do feel like the government is prioritizing the wrong thing. And there is some like people that are backwards and they're just sort of they have different kind of ethics and stuff like that to us, and that can get in the way. Hello, Kyron Wells. How do you think the world was created? What's what you say? I don't want you getting arrested. Yeah, I know it's getting ridiculous, but I don't think that I could get arrested for that. I think that like there's a certain point that you have to cross, but I still think that like people shouldn't be getting arrested just for saying an opinion. But yeah, censorship and stuff's been getting pretty bad lately, so it's done on purpose. What's that? Yeah, British. Yeah. What's done on purpose? You're on about the immigration thing. Thank you. I think you helped me be able to preach better. Thanks be to God. Okay. Well, I'm glad to be able to help you. Okay, Olive. Yeah, of course. I'm Drew. Actually, my real name's Drew. Last name Peacock. Yeah. Has anyone ever seen the Simpsons prank call thing when Bart Simpson like prank calls Mo Sizlak and says his name's like Drew Peacock or whatever? Yeah. Who all support Trump? I am Donald Trump. I am Donald J. Trump. You all better support me. I'm your Lord Savior. Yeah, just but then some Christians might say that I am being, sinning or whatever for like just even bringing God's name up or whatever, and that some can get a bit extreme, but yeah. But I'm just having a laugh really, but yeah. But it's just what was I talking about? So yeah, the whole immigration thing is, there is some issues going on, but I think they're just. I actually think that it could lead to not World War III. It could lead to like a civil war or something, possibly, if things just keep going on and on. Because look what happened with Southport, right? I'm just being pragmatic, right? That could just be the tip of the iceberg, is all I'm saying. And the government doesn't seem to give any damn about stopping any of it from happening. Like, because you think about it, right? The more of these people they keep letting in, then the more that can potentially go wrong. And, this is something that can be a concern, right? Because it could just lead people to breaking point if things keep going on and the rage just keeps on building and building, because that Southport thing was, that was gnarly. That is crazy stuff. But imagine if some more incidents start happening, and then what's going to happen? Like, I don't want anything bad to happen. I don't want people to start, causing riots and stuff. I don't think that's a good way to deal with things. So what I'd say is that we need to kind of just, we need to hold the government accountable, but we need to unite. We need to just come together and we need to, because clearly this is not working, all this, hello, Tom, border security and all that kind of stuff, Like, why don't they have better border security by now? You would think that they would be better at preventing all this stuff from happening, really, but hello, introvert. Yeah, I've heard of Lana Del Rey, but I think someone actually got arrested just for saying that they think that we should have like a, that people should like form like a unity or something to come together against all the immigration or something or whatever. And it's like, I don't see anything like bad, but I don't know, it's just things are getting crazy. I've only watched bits of it all came in, and I don't think I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I think I watched like a recap of it or something. Yeah. Yeah, I just watched a recap of it only because yeah, like I'm probably not gonna watch the whole thing. It's pretty gross, isn't it? But yeah. And yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't think the film would probably be that good anyway. It's just, I don't know. I just kind of thought, I'll just watch the recap and see what it's like. The second and third movies are better. Oh, I didn't know they had a second and third one. All right. Human Centipede 3. All right. Well, I was talking about horror films earlier. Like I said, I quite like the found footage horror stuff, but I don't know, I just find some of the stuff like, some stuff can just get kind of corny and like, I don't know. It's like, I used to like some of the Final Destination stuff, but then I watched a bit of the latest one and it's just getting corny at this point, Like, it's a very redundant kind of thing now, and it's just, they're having to get more and more just ridiculous with like, how these kind of, deaths happen and stuff, like just more and more like, what they call it, more and more far-fetched. It just becomes kind of just cringy and just, I don't know. So yeah, I didn't even watch the whole of like the last Final Destination. I mean, it was good, like probably like, I watched the first like 3 of them, I think. But I've seen clips of other ones as well, but it's just, things can start. It's like I watched the first 3 Scream films. It's like, yeah, it was good and all that, but I don't think I'd watch any more of that because the whole story starts to just kind of get a bit repetitive. It's like I watched the, well, it's not horror, but it's like, I watched the first couple of the Taken films, but then they had a third one, but I didn't bother because I'm like, well, why would I continue to like watch that? And because it would just get a bit sort of repetitive, won't it? It's sort of that's the film industry though. Yeah, it's just a lot of them just get very redundant and just, it's like nowadays it's like, you got, for example, like Disney, who are just rehashing old films. Hi, Aragorn. Good to see you today. How are you doing? Hello, Alex. How are you doing? Yeah, rinse and repeat. That's what they do, isn't it? They're just rehashing the old, movies. Oftentimes they'll even try to race swap or whatever, trying to just change history or something because of some political agenda. I mean, that's just not really good, is it? When you, I mean, isn't it better to try and come out with a new story and use a black character for that to get them fair representation? If you want to give black people fair representation, then you're better off using some black folk story or something and actually, yeah. I've heard that they did there was some film, I can't remember what it was called, but they actually did something like that and it did well. But the thing is, a lot of these new films coming out, like Little Mermaid or something, where it's just rehashing it with a black character, for example. I just feel like that is just, it's just basically like betraying the original story. wouldn't it be better to use an actual black folk story? Because don't they deserve representation in their actual, why represent a black person in a white film? If anything, that is unfairly represented, and why represent them in a film where they don't belong? Represent them in a film they actually belong in, you know? Trying to change our culture with another. Yeah, that's why people are annoyed at it, not because they're racist. If anything, a lot of the people are saying, actually, they should come out with new films with, black folk stories or something, or just come out with a brand new film. But they're afraid to take risks. They're afraid to try something new. And people are just getting sick of it. People are getting sick of the same rehashed nonsense. Their history is being sold, crying about it, and then committing crime. What are you saying? Do I know any food? What do you mean, Craig? Hello, Daisy May. Yeah, good afternoon to you. How are you doing? Hope you're well. You're aware who owns Hollywood, aren't you? What do you mean? Hello, morning L. I'm 30 years old. How old are you? Good here. How are you? Yeah, you going live later? I might pop by if you're going live later. I'll just gonna stay on here for a little while. But at least we got some good chat going on and stuff. It's good to have interactive chats and stuff. So you are cool, yeah. What are you doing? You're walking around Florida, or are you doing like your games and stuff? I noticed you were doing like Pictionary the other day. I played Pictionary a while ago. It's been a long time ago, but yeah. It's like, the way I see it is Pictionary is like the charades, but drawing or something. It's like, instead of acting it out, you're drawing it. And then you've got articulate, which is when you articulate the thing. So it's kind of like, they're all kind of similar in a way, but they're just a different spin on it. Hello, Elka1, how you doing? Yes, we play Pictionary on Friday. I don't have a girlfriend, why? Anyway, hope you're all doing well today. So yeah, it's Pictionary could be quite a fun little game. It's quite an interactive one, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I should probably do something like that, actually. Maybe I should do some like quizzes at some point. Just like general trivia quizzes or something like that. Any plans? Not really. I'll be going out to the shop later, but the weather's been a bit miserable. We actually had some snow, but most of it's gone now. It's pretty much all gone. So most of it's just like melted away. You can't really see any snow anymore. It's just kind of like still see a little bit of frosting on the grass, but it's pretty much gone now. Hello, Alfie. Welcome back. Yeah, you definitely should. People love trivia. Yeah. I was actually using ChatGPT, but then what I realized is that they kept coming up with the same quizzes. So it might be a good idea to try and do different topics and stuff. Try and find quizzes around different topics. Maybe it could be like a geography quiz, or maybe like something else. But I do tend to like having just general conversations and stuff, and people seem to enjoy just doing this. Yeah, where we talk about different issues and just general things. But I do like to talk a lot about like health and fitness stuff. Like if people have questions regarding their health and fitness, I do like to try and answer it wherever possible. And try to give some input if I can. Like, I mean, I tried getting my mum. I just got my mum onto this beetroot stuff. But I'll have to find out if she still thinks it's benefiting her, because she said she reckons that it might have helped a little bit with improving breathing or something like that. But it said to help with nitric oxide. So it depends how much you take, but yeah, so like some people take it in beetroot juice, some people take it in tablets or just as the powder. I'm not a PT, born obese, but I have had quite a bit of, research on like health and fitness topics and stuff. So, but yeah, I've done a lot of like training, doing a lot of, workouts and learning about how to do certain exercises and how to do them with good form and things like that. And yeah, hi Yogi, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. You did say that you was gonna stop by, so thank you. Hello, Nain. Peaky Blinders. All right. To be honest, I've never actually seen that. Yeah. Did I tell you, Yogi, that I noticed that you do this thing a lot. Whenever you're saying something, you're like, so Jamie, I would like you do this thing with your fingers. Sometimes you use a pen, I've noticed, where you would be like, I would say that you should do Grease in the Groove. I think that it would. Yeah, the wagging a lot. Yeah, you're wagging like a dog wags their tail, basically. Yeah. I don't know. I've noticed as well. Is it something to do with where you have your camera? Like you seem to oftentimes you have your head kind of like tilted away from the camera. So it's like, why do you have your camera set up like that and not do you not like giving the camera eye contact or something? That's kind of, it's like sometimes I don't like to look directly at the camera too much because I'm not necessarily the best with eye contact in some cases, but it can be a bit, I don't know, when you see faces, it can be a bit awkward in some cases, but yeah, thank you for the 18 likes, everybody. Oh yeah, I'll show you a tricep exercise that I was doing, and this one, I just thought I'd just demonstrate it, because this is one that people can just do from home. So what you would do is just get down onto your knees, and then just kind of like, you're just gonna like do this. So this is good for beginners, because it's just, shouldn't be too hard. And you're just kind of like doing this. And if you're gonna make it harder, you can, sink deeper down into it like that. And then, as you get better, you can just kind of go like this. Oh, that's the, some call it the triceps push-up or plank push-up or whatever. It's, so that one's a good one for the triceps. So tiger push-ups is well, there's one called a tiger bend push-up, and I can't even do that one. It's very difficult. But that's just like I would just call it like a plank push-up or something, because you're going from like a plank position into like a push-up position. Hello, so Dad, how you doing? But yeah, if you sink deeper into it, that'll make it more challenging. Hi Carol, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Not too bad, thank you. So Dad, hope you're well as well. So yeah. But yeah, there's like so many different ways that you can hit different muscles and stuff. Like you've got the bench dips as well. That I think doesn't that bias different parts of your tricep or something? Because some might be more long head or something, and some is more short head or whatever. It's kind of like with bicep curls. Some say like, you know, if you want to target more the long head, then you might want to incorporate some like pelican curls or something like that, which would kind of, because to do with like the angle that you're hitting the muscle or something, whereas standard kind of bicep curls, they might get more of that peak or something. So that's why sometimes having a couple of different exercises to target certain muscles can be a good idea, to just add some variety and hit it in a little bit of a different way. So if you find that you might be lacking part of that muscle, like for example, if you're doing just regular push-ups and you find that maybe your middle chest is a bit lacking, then diamond push-ups may actually help with that, because of they actually work the triceps pretty well, but they also work the middle chest, or whatever you call it, like the inner chest, because of the in terms of like the I think it would probably be the same for the close grip bench press as well. It's going to work more that middle chest in terms of the angle of which you're pushing, basically, if that makes any sense. So yeah, have you ever tried, if you're still there, the 5x5 push-up challenge? So I did that a while ago, where you would do 5, I think it's 5 wide, 5 regular, 5 diamond, 5 Mike Tysons, and 5 pike push-ups all in one set. But it took me like 1 minute and something to do it. It was, yeah. But I managed to do it without stopping though. But it's not easy, is it? Yeah, it's a difficult one really, but yeah, because you're kind of like doing 5 of one, and then I would kind of like plyo, kind of like I would, yeah. Oh, speaking of plyo, there was this exercise called the plyo side plank or something I was looking at a while ago, where you do this thing where you, let me see if I can do it, but it's basically like you would like kind of go into like a side plank, and then you would, I think, is it where you have one of your, I'm trying to remember how you do it, where you're kind of sticking one of your feet out or something like that. I'm trying to remember how it goes, but yeah, but it involves a lot of stability, I know that. So anyway, well, it reminds me of the exercise called the kick through, where you do like this sort of thing. So you kind of, and then you switch and doing that kind of thing. So some argue it's more like functional ab training, because you're training balance. Hello Javid, now Grim Roten, how you doing? Why does it look so cold? I mean, it's cold weather today really, but it's a bit cooler in that room than it is in my main room. But yeah, kick through is a good exercise. Pretty good cardio as well, that exercise, if you do it quite quickly. So you could sort of like do them and do some like mountain climbers or something. They're good for the core because it's more to, well, mountain climbers are good for like anti-extension. So you're working like your core in a functional way. Because some argue that doing things like crunches or reverse crunches and leg raises, and you know, if you're doing them sort of like training like the outer ab muscles, but you're not really going to be training those deep core stabilizing muscles. All right, okay, Mike, whatever. So yeah, that's yeah. But I just thought I'd show that stuff a bit, but yeah. But yeah, someone was saying though that with mountain climbers that you shouldn't do them too fast because then you can lose control. It's kind of like with the bicycle crunches, but I would say like, yeah, if you're doing mountain climbers, that it's about that controlling the movement and not just kind of, otherwise it becomes like a sloppy like cardio exercise, which if you want to do cardio, then there's probably better exercises for that. I would just do like jumps just to, you know, you're going to be working your whole body with that. Or do spotty dogs, they're a good cardio exercise as well. You're getting some like plyometric stuff in there and kind of some cardiovascular as well. But I mean, star jumps can be good as well. So they're a good exercise for, but you can get a kind of mix of power and like cardio in there. Same with like squat jumps as well. Just so you can mix a few different things together. Like you could do a few squat jumps, you could do a few push-ups, and kind of like, you know, cycle between them. I've done that before where one day I did like 300 jumping squats and 300 push-ups in a session. I think it took me probably like, I can't remember exactly how long it took me, but yeah, I mean, it probably took me about an hour or so, something like that, but yeah, I wasn't right going for speed or anything, but yeah. But yeah, I hope everyone's well anyway. But yeah, so like, I think we should be trying to focus on, you know, like, yeah, to trying to keep everything tight, like keep the core tight when you're doing push-ups, for example, because that way you're actually going to be working your core. So you're getting more bang for your buck then, aren't you? You're actually, or whatever, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so it's all about kind of being efficient, I think, when you're working out and making sure you're doing things with good form, and also like so you can work other muscles and like secondary muscles that can help to sort of like be like, you could call them like accessory muscles, if you will, and that way you get some indirect benefit to other muscles, and that can apply to other exercises as well. So yeah, whereas say if you're doing like some other exercises, like say if you're doing like machine chest press, for example, yeah, it can be good for isolating the chest, but it's not, I would argue it's not very efficient in terms of like, because if you're only training one muscle, then it's like, you know, you're kind of missing out a lot of like stabilization and things like that. So it might be good to maybe mix some of that in, but I would say probably not a good idea to only do like machine stuff really, because that can sort of miss a lot of functional fitness. But I know some people don't care about any of that, and that's fine, I guess. But like, you probably shouldn't really call yourself a fitness enthusiast if all you do mainly is a bunch of machines and like stuff that doesn't really train you to actually become fit in a functional sense. I mean, I would say functional fitness is the only true kind of fitness, really. If you're, the idea of fitness is that you are able to kind of be fit for like any everyday situation that might present itself, so you can do it with efficiency and without any risk of injuries. Because a lot of people, they'll do, say, like they might do some exercise, but then they might pull a muscle or something like that. And then I would say you're not fit if you can't do something without it risking injury or something like that, or if you're having pain doing it or something. Then, you know what I mean? But a lot of people, they go to the gym for years and years and they end up getting, all sorts of injuries, they get pain and stuff. I'd say that's the opposite of fitness. I'd call it anti-fitness at that point. You're sorry for what, real talk's what you mean. So it comes to a point of almost being like anti-fitness, because they're like, it's like the antithesis of fitness at that point, because they're doing the exact opposite of what fitness is really about, which is about how functional are you for everyday life? Can you go through, like, say, for example, would you be able to just like chop wood all day or something if something called for that? Because a lot of people wouldn't even be able to, say, like, run a mile down the road without getting out of breath, for example, because they haven't trained specifically for that. So if you don't have the, ability to, like, sort of like run a mile in, say, less than 8 or 9 minutes, let's say, then I would say you're probably not really fit. Why are you sorry for existing, Why are you saying that? That's not good to say that, is it? What's wrong? No one should be sorry for existing. Like, if you've done something bad or whatever, then you have to just like set yourself for whatever you've done in life and try to just, learn from that. But whatever it is, just, let's talk. But maybe you need to talk to somebody that you know, or maybe some therapist or something, if you've got any sort of problems going on in your life that we can't help you out with here. So anyway, who's still in the live? What time are we on now? Yeah, it's nearly 1:10, so I'll stay on for a little bit longer and then I'll be heading out in a bit. But yeah, it's nice to have you all here today. I hope everyone's doing well. Thank you for the 18 likes, everyone. Nice one, everybody. But yeah, I don't know what's happened to everybody, but I moved to a different country without telling my family. I left my 3-year-old son and wife and I moved to Japan. Yeah, that's not good, is it? It's just, why did you do that, But, you have to try and see if you can ever try and contact your family or something, if that's something that's on your mind. If you're regretting that, then it's like, I mean, maybe there's a chance of like, but then if like they don't forgive you, then you have to just kind of learn to move past that. But I might not be able to necessarily help you out with that. But anyway, but we'll try and support you and stuff here. But yeah, hello Lexi, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Japan is worth it because you can womanize, but I feel bad. Yeah, that's not really good, is it? And we shouldn't be womanizing, should we? It's not good to be like leaving your family behind to womanize if that's what you're actually doing. How are you doing, Lexi? You okay? I hope you're doing well today. That's why I'm sorry, right? Yeah, I get that. Hello, Russia. But maybe, is it possible that you could maybe go seek some professional help if that's something that's really bothering you? Maybe, if you're womanizing, that's not really something that you should be continuing to do. How you doing, Russia? All trip 077. Welcome in here. Hope you're doing well today. Yeah, let's get to 20 likes real quick. We're on 18 likes now, so thank you very much, everybody. So, where is everybody from then? Yeah, actually, there's not many people still here, but yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, if people are really having issues, they need to talk about it and stuff. So yes, but no one here really speaks the same language, only broken English, so it's not worth telling people in Japan. Okay. Surely there'll be somebody that speaks English. I mean, there's a lot of Japanese people that speak good English. I don't know if you're being serious right now. It's hard to tell if you just kind of just pulling my leg or something, because some people will do that, where they'll just mess around and just, try and just kind of, I don't know what's going on really, but yeah. Some people just want to be all kind of like, hello, Gloria. Despite most people finding you unattractive, I want to, what's that? What the fuck? I mean, I think that people find me attractive. What you on about? Do one. I mean, let's go away. If you've nothing good to say, then don't say anything. I mean, who says that most people find me unattractive? I get tons of women who saying that I'm attractive and all that. I guess it depends if you mean in terms of they find me weird or something. I mean, probably because I put some video out where I talked about, I don't know. If you're talking about the way I look, I mean, that's obviously not the issue. But yeah, for me, it's just kind of, I don't know, it might be just more just in terms of I'm not really someone that goes out a lot and meets people really. I'm just a kind of can oftentimes be a bit of a hermit. I'm originally born in Sweden, but I was raised in the United States and married an American woman who I met in college. All right. So why would you want to go womanize and just, sabotage all that to go in Japan? I don't really get that personally, but what went wrong there? I don't know. That sounds like you had something good going on and then you just kind of left it all behind. So that's sad, really, isn't it? But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I hope you're all doing well today. Anyway. What does everyone want to talk about then? I haven't put a poll out for a while on the, what do you call it? Community tab. This because my son was unexpected and I wasn't ready yet, so I left them when my son turned 2. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I think it sounds a bit kind of like a coward way out, and you should have just talked about your concerns with the person that you're with, and maybe they could reassure you or something. Hello, Carol, welcome back. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. We have to, communicate our fears and things like that so we don't bottle things up and then end up just kind of, sabotaging things really. If you have not something you need to get off your chest, then you need to talk to the person about it. If you're worried that you're not ready for something, then you need to talk about that, and maybe they can help make you feel more ready for it. And yeah. It's important to have open communication with these things, That's what I think anyway. So, what does everyone want to talk about then? Is everybody doing all right today then? Hope everyone's well. Can we get like 2 more likes on the live? I don't know whether I should just put a poll out. Maybe I could try doing this or something. What's that, Alex? I got a new girlfriend named Yuki, and she's 22 while I'm 30, which is something I'm proud to say. Okay. She wants to learn some English. Well, that's good then. Yeah. I don't know really. I don't know what to say, to be honest. In Minnesota, that woman, Minnesota, I haven't really heard anything about that, to be honest. Hello, David. Is WW3 coming? No, but I will be in your mama. I'm just kidding. I already have. Anyway, but I mean, possibly. But we'll have to see. Like I do think there could be some civil war, at least in this country, and people are getting a bit sick of how things are going, and it could just start turning into pure chaos if things keep on going the way they are. Hi, Chronic Carlos. Oh, shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said what? Elka one says German artist who got rejected. Oh God. Yeah, I know. It wasn't even German, it was Austrian. The Austrian painter you're talking about. David says I agree. Agree what, sorry? I'm kind of getting a bit confused now, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well anyway. Thank you for the 19 likes, coming up to 20 likes. Yeah. Just gonna get a drink, guys. I don't know, I feel like a lot of, I don't know, the stuff that we hear, a lot of, I don't know what's going on, the whole Minnesota thing. It's just, whenever I hear of incidents happening, I'm like, I don't know if this is, I don't know, like, as in, I've been hearing a lot of, for example, I guess like ever since 9/11 and stuff like that, that a lot of stuff's been kind of being questioned, shall we say, because there's a lot about things like 9/11 that just didn't really add up and felt kind of like it was some kind of staged thing or whatever, that they pre-planned it all, like as in like the government might have had or whatever, and might have had something to do with it. And a lot of these things that have happened since then, for example, a lot of people talk about things such as the Boston Marathon bombing or something else like that's happened since then. For example, that there might be what's that cave? You're talking about like these events and stuff. It's like, is there some agenda to it? Is that they're trying to keep pushing out these things? It's like, for example, with this Bondi Beach thing, there's something weird about that with the whole. One of the survivors in it was also a survivor of the October 7th attack, which seemed a bit strange that the same exact guy survived both attacks. I mean, it would be like getting struck by lightning twice in the same kind of time period. It would just seem a bit kind of, a bit sus, really, don't you think? I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those once in a blue moon things that could happen, maybe, but is that right though? Hello, Pezzy. Oh, God. Okay, I'm gonna have to get rid of that. So, this is why I'm a bit kind of sus about certain incidents that are going on, because there's been a track record of whether it be like false flag events or things like that, like, and then you've got like the whole kind of, the whole narrative of like the virus from 2020 and how the media spun all of that and how the government tried to kind of make up some kind of embellishments and whatever. And it's about time we started opening our eyes and start to talk about these issues happening around the world. What's that? You're talking about the these like events and stuff that keep going on. Right, let me just put this person in a timeout. So, yeah, so what we're saying, like CZ Fireboy, is it? Here we go. I'm gonna have to just put him in a timeout, just, yeah. We can't have that in the chat, can we? Yeah, about 9/11 and CV, yeah. Yeah, so it's like, whenever you hear about like Bondi Beach thing, it's like, can we even trust that? What's that, Danny? Can we trust that as even a genuine? Maybe there's some things about it that were genuine, as in maybe some people actually did die, but this survivor there were some things that just seemed kind of sus. Like, some people were kind of noticing something about the like even how the blood looked, and some people are saying it looks like fake blood. Like, I don't know for sure. I mean, it kind of looked real to me, but they can kind of make it look real, but some people had a bit of a sus feeling that it kind of didn't look quite right. Oh, we really bend over. Here we go. Oh, we're getting trolls now, eh? So, what are your thoughts? Was that whole survivor thing? But what would they get out of that? Is it just to try and kind of spin a narrative of, hello, Squirrel, how you doing? Welcome back. There's this whole thing of anti-Semitism or whatever, and it's like, I'm kind of sick of hearing this word anti-Semitism, because like people seem to be showing some like level of ignorance about what even a Semite even is, because a lot of these people labeled as anti-Semites are actually, they're more, it's more to do with Zionism and this kind of like to do with like Israel rather than about Jewish people themselves, basically. Hello, James Berry. Men should only show their feelings around trusted networks. As a gay man, I can promise you, ladies say they want you to feel your feelings until you feel them like a man. What do you mean? What you're trying to say is that, like, some people say that if you show your feelings around a woman, then they get like, they lose their attraction to you, but I'm thinking, well, that's not a woman I really want to be with if I cannot show my feelings around them. Why you have trouble reading that? Reading what? What you on about? Alright, I'm just kind of getting it. Why have you just like retracted the message? Scroll, what was that? Anyway. Right, I'm just going to put this person in timeout as well, so I don't know, it's like, if I'm with someone, I should be able to kind of, men's feelings can be turbulent and it makes ladies feel uncomfortable, but I think men should be able to like, sort of show how they're actually feeling, otherwise why would that be someone I want to be with if they're not there to support me and they're not there to like, reassure you and all that, then they can fuck off, I'm not going to be part of that, if it's like they expect you to be there, kind of to support them and whatever, but if then you show emotions, then suddenly now they're, oh no, I'm not attracted to him, he's weak and all this shit. It's like, come on. Like, what is the point in me even being with someone like that, I think it's a discussion we need to have as a society. Yeah, because it's like men are being kind of looked down on by some people for being vulnerable. They think that's a sign of weakness. But I would say it's more courage to actually be vulnerable, to because it's human to have certain emotions. It's like, if you're with somebody that actually loves and cares for you, they actually want to make sure that you're doing okay. Like, they will, ask you how you're doing, and they will want to make sure that they can do anything they can to make sure that you are having the best time that you can. And otherwise, what is the point in even being with someone like that, if they're just gonna be quite cold and just kind of not give a damn? If they don't want to hear that you're not having the best time and that you're dealing with some issues, then yeah, I think they also need to have a conversation to themselves about what they ultimately want and how that comes with a bag of negatives. You can't have a great man and him be perfect. It's against, yeah, I know. Hello, Seg. How's it going? Welcome in here. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Human nature, yeah, exactly. But I'd say it's the imperfections that sort of is what kind of makes us human, isn't it? It's like, otherwise we'd just be like robots, People expecting you to be like a robot. But it's like, we should be there to try and help others. I know like some women might feel like, well, why should they be there to help a man to be like strong and all that? But it's like, I'd say if anything, it's a lot of these women are actually what's making a lot of men weak, to be honest. To be honest with you, I think a lot of, like, if they're making men feel, kind of, a lot of these women will just kind of, make men kind of actually question their own kind of sanity at times, So what'll happen is they will emasculate men, they will make them feel like shit, and then they'll leave them because they're like bored because he's, shown weakness when she was the one that made him weak in the first place, you see. Now, men can also be bad in a way where they can lead a woman on, and so it's like there's a lot of when women hate on men for holding a door for them, it's like, come on, it's not that fucking big of a deal, is it, So it's like you're hated on for being polite. I've never had any issues with like that myself. I mean, I just I would just try and hold the door for people in general. If someone's just right behind me, I'm not gonna just, kind of like let go of the door and just kind of just be ignorant and whatever of people. I think that we should just be trying to be just, gentlemen, right? And just be, what I mean? It's just common courtesy, really. Gone Commando, hello, how you doing? What's that? What you on about? Oh yeah, it's it. I've been through. I could tell you, but I CBL really. Well, I think it's good to get stuff off your chest, though. Yeah. Who's crying? What you saying? Hang on. I'm scared of you. Why are you scared of me? What the hell? Anyway. Well, I'm just saying, like, that, like, if you can't be vulnerable around your partner, then what even is that? Then it's not a supportive kind of person that you have. It just becomes this kind of like transactional thing of like, where they're just there for the intimacy and the, it's like, I don't know. But the thing is, the woman would probably want you to be there as a shoulder to cry on if they have a bad day and all that. So it needs to kind of like go both ways, where if you expect somebody to support you when you're down and whatever, then the man should also be supported if he's not having the best time as well. Otherwise, you're just as selfish, you know what I mean? And that's a massive red flag in somebody, that, because nobody's going to be having the best time all the time, and it doesn't mean somebody's weak if they're saying that they're not having the best time. But what will happen sometimes is that people will bottle things up because they're afraid of being vulnerable, and then eventually, I mean, that could arguably end up leading to them lashing out at their partner eventually. Once things get so bad, they can end up taking it out on them. I'm wondering if, now this is kind of just going out on a limb here, how much of DVs happen partly because the guy was afraid to open up, and then it got to a boiling point, and then he crashed out on her. I'm not saying that that justifies it, not at all. But what I'm saying is that could some of that have been prevented if he'd have just been able to open up when things were not going so well? And maybe that he could have just like not done that, Because oftentimes things happen when there's a lack of communication, a lack of openness. A dog loves you, no strings other than dinner and walkies. Yeah, let's say it's like, unconditional love from a dog or something. As long as you feed them and they get, they just go for a walk, and then, I don't think this dude is hurting for the trolls. Perhaps he is trying to figure out problems via the forum of discussion. Are you talking about me? So I grew up with a narcissistic father. Many ladies attribute minor issues to serious complaints when actually many haven't encountered a true narc, lol. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people throw out the word narcissist a lot, but I dealt with someone the other year, like back in 2024. Well, apparently has BPD, but I would say has some classic narcissistic traits, like sort of, like dark triad kind of traits, I would say, like narcissism, psychopathy type of traits. And it was horrible. But yeah, someone could just like call someone a narc because maybe they're a little bit kind of self-absorbed perhaps, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're a full-on narc. it's like when people throw out the word trauma, you could say that sometimes it gets thrown out too much and it kind of diminishes the actual meaning of the word trauma. Like, for example, real trauma would be things like, you know, childhood abuse and things like shell shock. That would be what I would say is like actual proper like trauma. But, you know, it's like, yeah, sometimes people will kind of, do that where they throw out these words and oftentimes they're not as, anyway. Yeah, when you meet one, you know it. Yeah, it's really just like bad when you're like this person I was talking about was basically trying to control my live chats and they were trying to constantly try and get attention from me and it was just horrible and then it was really, really bad. Like there was this constant Jekyll and Hyde thing going on and it just really fucked me up. So hello, Paul Pennington. Nothing wrong with a good cry. Yeah. I think crying is actually good. It's a way of releasing. Some say that you can release like stored toxins and stuff. I don't know. I think if I remember, it could help release things like cortisol and stuff like that as a way of releasing that stress from the body. So oftentimes people after a good cry, they feel a sense of relief. So trying to tell people to hold that in is not good, I don't think, because all you're doing is you're just going to have them build up those emotions inside. Oftentimes it ends up being released in the form of rage. They say better out than in. So you can easily tell a narcissist they ask questions they are afraid to answer themselves. What do you mean they ask questions they're afraid to answer themselves? They'll ask you questions, but if you was to ask them the same question back, they couldn't answer it. Okay, well, use that rage bodybuilding. I suppose you could, but I mean, sometimes I'll do that if I'm feeling a sense of rage. Turning a negative into a positive, I suppose. But yeah. But we've got to be careful, like, because we can, in certain situations, you could be like, something could really piss you off in a moment. If you like, something could lead up to a certain point where you just get like really like something's building up inside, and then somebody could just do the smallest thing. It's like you've seen people crash out online, right? Like, for example, there was this thing where a school teacher, where they confiscated their phone and dumped it in a glass of water. He probably got struck off after that, but in that moment, he just had that moment of madness. But the thing is, there's no smoke without fire. They say there's usually something up to that point that happened that just led to them just like freaking out. Maybe it was just there were being kind of like little disrespects happening multiple times, and it just got to the point where it's like enough's enough kind of thing, and they just. I'm not saying they should have done that, but like we can try and understand like where people are coming from when they get to that point. But oftentimes it's because people don't really communicate how they're feeling and they're just bottling things up inside. And working out can help to release certain frustrations, but then you still have these kind of thoughts in your head. You might still have certain, like emotions in your mind, even if you're doing all that, still these things building up, Where am I from? From the UK. Squatting 130 kg for reps will make you feel on top of the world. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of weight, that. Well, yeah, so I hope everyone's well. So what's this? When they only turn the positive into the negative, orange, the Gen Alpha, that's so last year, what's new, what are you saying? Oh, orange saying, spider behind you on the scene. Oh yeah, I keep seeing that kind of troll crap. You know, it's just stupid. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, squatting 130 kilograms for reps. I mean, even just doing 130 kilograms for a single rep is impressive. But yeah, if you can do that for reps, then you definitely, I would say, in the top 1% of strength. It's NPC talk, I know. Yeah, again, another one saying, nice shirt, bro, you into men. It's like, it's another NPC, isn't it, you know? Same with, yeah, that's what it is. They're all just saying bot comments, isn't it, you know? They have nothing original to say, do they? That's how you know someone's just some NPC bot. They just don't have any original thoughts. Hi, Juka. What's the topic? We've just been talking about when it's the right time to release emotions and whether, you know, there's a better way to do it. Like I was talking about through doing exercise, doing lifting weights and things. Is that a good way to release frustrations and feelings of, like, you know, whatever negative emotions that you might have? Frustration, resentment, anger, even hatred. Can these things really be, you know, dealt with by, you know, bench pressing or squatting or whatever? As my uncle always says, you ain't a man till you've been with a man. Oh, God. I ain't said nothing, NPC boy. Well, it just all sounds a bit kind of, a lot of these things are just, yeah. Dixon says, yeah, I hate myself, bro. I'm lonely, no friends. I'm a lone wolf, but I do have a family. They're the only thing that matters. Yeah, unfortunately, some people even they don't even get along with their family, which is sad, really, isn't it? But yeah, there is always going to be somebody out there that you can find. There's groups online. There's people, you know, wanting to meet up and stuff like that. I mean, if you're a man, there's a thing in this country called, I think it's called Andy's Man Club or something. So that might be something worth it for, like, some lonely men out there. But yeah, oh, really ultimate. Oh, here we go. Again, another NPC comment when people come in and just saying, you look this, you look like such a person, you look like Harry Kane, you look like whatever. It's like, whatever. Yeah. I think by men returning to physical pursuits is a great step in the right direction to mention fortifying themselves back to where we need to be. I think the problem is like, because of how far technology has come, is that, like, you know, that a lot of these things have become kind of redundant now. Like, for example, a lot of physical labor jobs have been replaced by machines or something. There is certain ways that physical labor is still needed, but it's becoming increasingly less relevant to society, I guess. I mean, it's probably good to have physical strength for, like, say, self-defense, but then you could argue, well, we've got weapons or something, but oftentimes a weapon might not be sufficient in certain cases or whatever. It's yeah. Sorry about these people spouting NPC is the most NPC thing. NPCs don't have dynamic conversations on a live stream. It's actually the opposite, silly. What? What do you mean dynamic conversations? How are these people having dynamic conversations? I mean, what you on about? Yeah, this sounds like a cry for help, basically. But the more muscle you have, the more you can move when you get old. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I was looking into like that. Yeah, because it's like you don't want to get old and then be non-functional. So you want to. But the thing is, right, a lot of the bodybuilders, though, they don't really train legs much, if at all. And the problem, if you do that, that can end up meaning your legs can become very weak as you get old. And that can lead to functional decline. And even to a point where you can't do anything. Because if you end up losing all that muscle when you're like, if say something happened, like you fell over or something like that and you broke your bones and you was like, you know, you end up just wasting away from that. Yeah. I try and have it balanced, so it's like upper and lower body that I do. So I'm like not just gonna have upper body dominant stuff, but some people want to do upper body dominant stuff if they're into like upper body calisthenics exercises, like trying to max out pull-ups, for example. They might not want to have big legs for that. Well, I think having a balance is good for most people, I would say, but yeah. But yeah, if you're doing like, well, you know, like trying to learn to do the planche or learning to do, you know, front lever, back lever, iron cross. It's like, you know, if your legs are big, then that could get in the way of that kind of stuff. So a lot of them would have intentionally quite small legs, basically. But yeah, leg strength is correlated to longevity. Also, core strength is very important as well for longevity. So having core exercises, not just a bunch of like crunches and sit-ups or things like that, and what's the other one, like reverse crunches. They can be good for like show muscles, but yeah, but having like anti-extension exercises, those can help with like posture and you know, if you can focus on those deep core stabilizer muscles like the transverse abdominis as well as the spinal erectors, those can help to stabilize your body. You also want to work on, say, like some of the like oblique muscles are probably good as well, doing things like unilateral exercises. They're going to work a lot of those muscles as well. So these are all going to be more functional exercise. So just trying to build as much muscle as possible probably isn't going to be the best for longevity if you don't focus as well on functional, you know, so in terms of like functional strength. Because there's people out there that they might not have huge muscles, but they have a good functional strength and endurance. Whereas some people with huge muscles and they get out of breath climbing a flight of stairs. You don't want to be the second one, really, do you? Please, I'm not preaching, only sharing my experience. Judge what you will, but it's just love. Okay, fair enough. Hi, Alicia. Tapping in from Colorado Springs. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Colorado Springs. That sounds like a nice place. Is it, though? Yeah. How far is it from Denver? Leg days are important for you all. Yeah. A lot of people don't like leg day because it can be quite tough. But like I said, it's important that we train legs, I would say. And not just training like to get really big, like on, say, like a leg press, but doing things like Cossack squats are a good one as well, like doing some functional leg exercises like that, improving mobility and things like that, mobility, stability. And because the thing with a lot of the gym exercises that people do is they're just going to make you stiff. It's ideally to try and open up your muscles so you can work them in different ways, and you're hitting different muscles then, and you're getting more of a stretch, and you're be able to go through a fuller range of motion. Oh, really, Alicia? Yeah, he did join, yeah. Hang on. He was saying about being from Japan or something? What is going on? He said he had a girlfriend in Japan or something. Wasn't that guy? Are these people for real? Say squats to the end as well, and you hit squats perfect because all the muscle is turned on. Yeah, squats are a good one. But I remember someone was saying though that squats boost testosterone, and they were saying it might help you to improve performance on other exercises like bench press. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard there's supposed to be some kind of transitory benefit on testosterone from doing heavy squats, because they were saying it's because of it being like a heavy compound exercise that stimulates at least a short-term boost in testosterone. Japan girlfriend, I don't know what's going on. It's just, are you all just kind of like trying to mess around here or something? I mean, but yeah, you'll get the bodybuilders saying though that, oh, but barbell squats or whatever, they're not as stable or whatever, and they're not going to build as much muscle or whatever. But yeah, but some might say that it might be a good idea to like maybe start for like the first year or so of your training doing mainly like stable exercises, and then work on, so like where you could build muscle more effectively, you could argue, but then do more of the free weight stuff after that. I don't know, like everyone's got their own way of doing things, but because some argue that barbell exercises might not be the best for building muscle, but I don't think it really makes that much of a difference. You make them stable by doing them at the end. How does that make them stable? I don't know, but I don't really find that barbell squats are really that unstable. They're only unstable if you're not used to it. So I was talking about this with someone called Jim Dundee, because I was talking about like ring push-ups. Because some people argue that things like ring push-ups are not a stable exercise, so therefore you can't max out your force output. But the thing is that you will probably get better stability once you strengthen up those stabilizing muscles. So you can actually utilize a lot of different muscles to stabilize it. So yeah, all muscle group engaged. So you might get more overall stimulus, arguably, by doing that. Hello, Carol. Especially like you'll get more core stabilization, more shoulder stabilization from doing different exercises like that. Yeah, so it's just, yeah, like having more, more that functionality. I know that word might get thrown around a bit too much, but what I mean is in the real world, things are not very stable, are they? Like you have to stabilize your body. You have to, otherwise, you're gonna fall over or whatever. You're not in nature. You're not gonna be led down on a friggin' bench, are you? And pushing a barbell overhead, really, or especially on a Smith machine, that's even, I mean, oh really? Oh, I don't know, Jasmine. Oh goodness. So I think more like, I think like exercises like sled push is a good one, because that is something that can translate to a lot of different things. Like you're pushing an object away. It's gonna mix elements of cardio and strength into one exercise. So it can be good for that. You're working your chest, your shoulders, your arms. You're probably going to get some training in as well, I guess. And your, maybe not as much arms, but like, you're going to get a lot of probably some back, like for your spinal erectors, your core muscles, and obviously your legs are going to get hit in different ways. Like you're going to get some quads, glutes. So you're pretty much getting like a lot of different muscles with that one exercise. So it can be a good one if you do it quite heavy and you're really finding it's like a struggle, and you're not just like, yeah, so if you put plates, so it makes it more like resistance and stuff, so you can, to a point where it's hard to really kind of run with it, and you just kind of, yeah, going quite slow. But it's still, I'd say, good on the cardio and strength. So yeah, like I think so that sort of stuff could really like have some carryover to things like sprinting as well, because if you do those sort of things with like resistance, then it can sort of like allow you to be more explosive, and it's going to make things easier when it comes to like for example with sled pushing, it's like it's an exercise that people do to mimic the like say if you're doing sledding, you're pushing a sled down, and you're like you're having to go as fast as you can to get as much power to build up momentum, so you can go as fast as you can down the sled. So by doing it with resistance, building strength, because the thing is, some argue that if you just did sprinting without any resistance, then you might find that you're going to struggle to get faster at a certain point. That might be why some people would do, say, hill sprints, because they might build more muscle, because you're working against gravity when you're doing that. So you are, so that can be another way to like make it harder. So you would do uphill sprints. So when it comes to doing sprints on, say, like a, even surface, and you can kind of like, you might find that you find it easier than what you did before, because you start getting used to doing it in a harder way, if you get me. So sometimes we should be trying to, it's like for example, if you want to get faster at, running a marathon or long distance running, then you might want to incorporate some stuff where you're going harder than your race pace, and then you're kind of like conditioning yourself. So there's like different ways to like condition yourself, and so you're challenging your body in different ways to try and get the best conditioning for like your cardiovascular system and be more efficient with that. But you also want to condition, say, like your calves, so that they're fatigue resistant. So yeah, so doing things like calf raises and stuff like that. Oh, really super? I wouldn't think so. Anyway, thank you for the 25 likes, everybody. Oh, cop. Sounds like another NPC comment, really, but if you're still there, squirrel, because I keep getting that. Oh, you look like you're CIA. You look like you're from the military. It's like, okay. It just sounds very, yeah, just very unoriginal, doesn't it? Yeah. You got anything original to say? I don't know, I guess. I mean, you might say I've not got much original to say, but it's just the way that you're talking just sounds like all these NPC bot type of, you know what I mean? Yeah, alcohol. Yeah, it's vodka, of course. Yeah, I'm drinking vodka. Yeah. Anyway, hope everyone's having a good day today. We're on 456 views. Alright, let's just get rid of this, put you in a timeout. I can't be bothered with these people. How is everybody doing anyway? I hope everyone's well. I'm going to try and see if we can get to 500 views. So we're on 457, so I'll probably just keep going until we get to 500. Yeah, so anyway, Dixon says, sure, who are you talking to? So the mucus has gone dry and it's just like, need some more drink. If you keep talking a lot and then it just dries it all up. It makes it go dry and it goes thick and just kind of, yeah, if you know what I mean. Hello, Tiger. What's a cop supposed to look like? I know cops come in all shapes and sizes, especially now. A lot of these cops are out of shape, and I'm thinking, how can these cops really function if they're like, how are they supposed to like go after somebody if they're not even in good shape? I don't know. Is it because of the whole thing of hello Z, whatever, another NPC comment, NPC troll comment, 79 volts. Yeah. They just come up with the same NPC insults or something. Yeah, they should probably be in like good shape, I think, but I don't know, I guess they have to make sure to like, it's all to do because people get offended easily because of, oh, they're discriminating against, plus-sized cops or something. How am I emotional? What are you on about? It's like, oh, we will be we'll be seen as fat phobic if we don't hire plus-size cops or something. I don't know. Like, you would think they'd have to have a certain level of physical fitness or something. It's like to be in the military, you have to have a certain level of physical fitness, right? So, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could argue that the overweight ones might be good at like grappling them to the ground or something if they needed to, I guess. I've never played cricket, no. Sulpa. No, I've not. Are you into cricket? Well, the weather's a bit miserable outside today, but there should be a strict level of fitness. The job is protect and serve. Yeah, you would think so, but a lot of these would just get winded trying to run after somebody, Like, they say someone's trying to escape, then it's like, yeah, hello, Millard Watkins. Yeah, I'm in the UK. How you doing? Yeah, you from the UK as well then, or where are you from? Welcome in here anyway, people. I see this thing about, looks maxing keeps getting weirder. So there's like, this bone smashing thing, and yeah, it's just getting ridiculous, all this like looks maxing crap. It's like all these guys are just so insecure about how they look, and then USA, Romanian, American sounds a bit like, and me, Andrew Tate, I'm a Romanian, American, British guy. I was born in America. I lived in England, and I moved to Croatia. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's like no one odd even talks about him anymore, does it? It's like he went from like being the most talked about person pretty much like online and to like basically no one gives a damn anymore, pretty much. Hello Rocco, how you doing? Hope you're well. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. Like it's no one hardly even like uh Andrew Tate, that's cool, do it more, dude. Oh yeah, you like that one, did you? I've got the aviator sunglasses as well, sort of. They're kind of like aviator sunglasses, but I could get them now if you want. Let me just go and get my aviator sunglasses. Here's my aviator sunglasses. Well, kind of. They're like cheap ones, but they kind of look like aviators. Yeah, I don't smoke cigars. If you don't smoke cigars, you're a brokey. What color's your Bugatti? I got Bugattis in all colors. I have a red one, a yellow one. I even have a pink one because I ran out of colors to have a Bugatti. Yours is green. Oh, really? How? You only have one? You're a brokey if you only have one Bugatti. Tristan. Yeah. I don't know how to do his brother. Oh, you really think he's a goat? I mean, I don't know. Wasn't he like doing some pump and dump crypto bullshit? Even though he said he would never promote crypto or something because he says that. And he was actually being honest at this point where he said crypto is kind of like it doesn't serve society anything really. It's just basically a bunch of people just kind of like gambling and just basically it's like because it's almost like a Ponzi scheme in a sense where it's like in order for someone to gain from it, someone else has to lose. Kind of like with trading, like day trading or whatever, it's like not everyone's gonna win from doing crypto. You have to, you have to be smart and all that, but even then there's no guarantees with things unless you're just willing to hold it for a long time. Am I from London? No, I'm from, I live in York. I used to live in Blackburn though, but anyway, we've got 8 people watching, so say hello if you're watching. We've got 83 votes on the poll. I don't think we're going to get to 100, but that would be cool, wouldn't it? If we got to 100 votes by the end of the live. Because I have to go out and do shit in a bit. I might go to the gym later and do a workout there. I don't know if I'll be filming anything. Maybe I could film some stuff and put it out, but yeah, there was that. Yeah, Andrew Tate was on like Big Brother, wasn't he? And there was some controversy or something. And yeah, but I've heard that he kind of like exaggerated how big of like a chess player his dad was or something. Ernest Hemingway was from York. Oh, I didn't know that. Who's that again? Ernest Hemingway. To be honest, I don't really know who that was, but yeah. Well, you learn something new every day. It sounds like it rings a bell, but I don't know who it is. Oh, a writer, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the word earnest, that means like a kind of, what's it called, like the word earnest, I remember it's like a word, earnest. Because I remember it's like related to the word solemn or something, and like, yeah, so it's like serious, sincere, determined, or vigorous. So it's similar to the word solemn, like when something's serious and like, yeah. So it's about having purpose and dedication. So yeah, that's earnest. Hi Jimmy, welcome back. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. 85 volts now, so we're not far from 100. Yeah. 85 volts. That's going to be a record if we can get that to 100. A record volts on the live or something. Nearly 500 views on the live up to now. But yeah. Yeah, I'm alright, thanks. Just yeah, weather's a bit kind of miserable today. We had snow, but it's gone. Where are you from again? Yeah, we had snow this morning, but it's all melted away. Yeah, it's like warming up now, basically. It's going up to 9 degrees later, apparently. It's currently 3, but it's going up today. Hello, Miller. 3 years ago, I visited Cornwall. You mean, yeah, Cornwall. Or Selby. Oh, really? Yeah, that's not too far away. Yeah, Selby. Dull here and dark. Yeah, same. It's just, did you get any snow this morning? We had like a covering of snow. Hello, Z Braco Brallian. I'm in the UK. What about you? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Yeah, had some snow. Yeah, same. I saw something. Apparently, there's some like food pantry thing in Selby. So I was looking into that stuff. Apparently, they have a thing there, like a, what they call it, community fridge, whatever they call it, where people just kind of go to get free food, basically, or something. So I don't watch Ashes. No, are you talking about cricket? They call it Ashes, don't they, or something? The cricket tournaments or something. Oh, you're an actor. Okay, man. Yeah, I'm an actor too. I do Donald Trump. I pretend to be Donald Trump. And then I also pretend to be Andrew Tate. And I have to like shave my head to make it more authentic. Because Andrew Tate, you know, he usually like shaves his head. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, goodness. 86 volts. You know what? Let's try and see if we can get to 100 volts. I'm determined now. Hello, Lanka. Lanka Planet from Sri Lanka. Oh, cool. How's the weather like over there at the moment? Yeah, nice to meet you. What's your name? Welcome in here. If I remember, wasn't there a lot of Sikhs from Sri Lanka or something? That's the Sikh religion. I mean, if I remember, like, they have a lot there or something. Is that right? Anyway, hope everyone's well. I remember when I looked, so that like looked like they have some quite nice places around Sri Lanka or something, like nice beaches and stuff. Miller says, "Don't be a walker, you will end up in communism." I lived in Romania in communism. Oh, really? But then some argue that we've never really had true communism. It's like kind of I don't know. It's one of those things, isn't it? I suppose it's people will say, "Oh, that wasn't true communism," like we'll say about Soviet Russia or whatever, and because they'll say, "Oh, well, it failed because it's not true communism." So, what would you say about that then? You would say, "Oh, it was," but then some would say opposite, really. Like everyone's got their own opinion, and the thing to me, communism it's like the problem is arguably it would just lead to stagnation. Like I think there needs to be incentives for people to invent. Like I was saying the other day, even like socialism, like if we just had a pure socialist economy, that like I just don't think that we would be where we are now unless we had incentives to become entrepreneurs. And yeah, you could argue that it's unfair, all these hierarchies and all that, but the thing is, right, if you're going to take risks by investing your time and your resources into a new invention, for example, I think you should be the one that gets most of that reward. And if you've got like employees, then yeah, they should get paid a fair wage. I do agree with that. But that doesn't mean they should have to be paid exactly the same as what you get. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we got another bot comment there, so yeah. Whatever. I'll just put you in a timeout. I'm 30 years old. Yeah. How are you doing, Paul Danino? Welcome in here. How are you today? Yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Can we get to 30 likes? Hello, Achir Plythe. How are you doing today? Hope you're well. Nice to meet you. Taking the mic always. Who's taking the mic? Good, thank you. How are you? I'm all right, thank you. Yeah, so I'm just looking at Sri Lanka's. It looks like a nice place. They got a lot of like forests and stuff. Yeah, maybe I could go there on a holiday someday. There's a lot of nice places around like the Indian Ocean and stuff, isn't there? Good morning from Ottawa, Canada, eh? How are you today, eh? Butter tart. Did you have maple syrup on it, eh? I actually had some maple syrup a while ago, like proper Canadian one. Because a lot of the maple syrup that is like maple essence or whatever, it's not proper maple syrup. It's kind of like when people get vanilla essence. You want actual vanilla extract, not friggin' vanilla essence. That's some bullshit. Yeah. Toronto, Canada. Oh, really? What's going on? There's like 2 people from Canada right now, eh? Day 2 still waiting to go live in my latest channel on my cell phone. No laptop or computer. Is that how many subs are you on? I put maple syrup on my pancakes and my wife. Oh god. Your wife? The hell? Is that some kind of yeah. That sounds like some kind of kinky shit or something. Yeah, she loves the maple syrup, eh? How about it, eh? Yeah, you're playing a boot. So you say it as a boot, because some say it about, there's different accents in Canada. Some have a very strong boot, almost like Scottish. Like house and boot, a boot this house, like a Scottish person would say. But then in Newfoundland, they sound quite Irish. It's weird. Yeah. Hello, Coach Darts. I like moon crickets. Why would we keep talking about cricket in here? Or are you talking about crickets as in the insects? the ones that make that like chirping sound. I remember there was this thing where they delayed the sound of a cricket, and it makes it this really eerie sound. Like I think they slowed it down by about 800%. So you can do stuff like that where you would just kind of experiment with different sounds, and then yeah. Hello, Ask Ketchup. Oh god. Oh yeah, Newfies. Are you watching the #1 heated rivalry? Oh god, what the hell are we going on about here? Moon cricket. What's moon cricket? I'm in England. Yeah, well, Scotland is in the UK still, technically. So yeah, 89 volts. We only got 11 to go to get to 100. So yeah, here's my Andrew Tate impression. What colour is your Bugatti? Are you gonna join the real world university? If you don't join the real world university, then you're gonna be a brokey forever. Only people who join the real world university are ever gonna make it out the matrix. I didn't go to church today, Mustafa. I don't go to church. Sorry, not awake. Where are you in England? I'm in York. So when I say I'm from York, sometimes people think I mean I'm in New York, but no. William Wallace, who's that? York, yeah. Yes, York. Wasn't Tate in like Luton or something for a while? Something like that. Hello, Bodie Lincoln. How you doing? Hope you're well today. Here's my Andrew Tate impression. If you don't have 10 Bugattis, you're broke. You're part of the matrix. The matrix has you by the balls. Braveheart movie, I've heard of that one. Lived outside London as a child. Holiday in the Algarve, Portugal. Oh, nice. I've never been there. I've been to Spain though, but I've never been to Portugal. I would like to go. I'd also like to go to Italy as well, so someday. I metal detected in Chichester and Bournemouth in 2004 and 2016. Oh, did you find anything good? Hi, okay, man. How you doing? So, yeah, I was looking into metal detecting. I was also looking at a thing called sifting or sieving, whatever they call it. You get this massive sieve, and you would just go along a beach, and you would just pick up whatever. You would just scoop a bunch of sand, and then you would sieve it out and see what you can find. And in some cases, there might be like pennies, there might be other things there. You never know, really. But we just watched the new Gladiator 2, all politics and not much action and no Russell Crowe. That sounds a bit boring, doesn't it? Yeah. Russell Crowe. What is it that says? Maximus Decimus Meridius, commanders of the armies of the north. Yeah, that's the kind of my attempt to the Russell Crowe. Has that kind of gruff kind of voice. Yeah. Hope you're having a great day anyway, people. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot about this. My mouth harp, watch. Oh god, I was talking about like Human Centipede. I've just watched the what do they call it, the recap of it. In Chichester in 2004, I found my oldest coin, a A 1066 William the Conqueror medieval silver groat coin next to castle ruins. Oh wow, that's amazing that. Okay, man says no. Alright. I was watching some videos where they were going to beaches and finding fossils and stuff. But they can be a bit hard to prepare and stuff, but you can make good money from it though, apparently, if you can sell them. You're on 4 Viagra's, oh really? Oh really? Anyway. Moving on then. Oh goodness. Just got home from a party. Oh really? Good for you. On 28 likes, let's get 2 more and then we got 30 likes. Alright, it's going a bit quiet in here now, so... Hi Grace, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. Welcome to my life. I just made a roast dinner. Oh, cool. That's good. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. Crocodile Dundee. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Apparently that was some like Mandela effect. Has anyone ever looked into the Mandela effect? You have a 20-incher. What's that? A 20-inch arm or something? Or a leg? Is everyone okay then? Welcome in here. Make sure you give me a follow if you're new here, people. That would be really appreciated. Alright, 92 volts, 8 more to go. Then I'll finish. I'm determined to get there now, you know. 100 volts on the pole. But yeah, hopefully we're getting a few followers and stuff. Oh, another, do you know Stray Kids? I keep hearing people going on about Stray Kids. It's like just another, it sounds like another bot to me, but hello, Jonas. I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you today? I was just playing on the mouth harp. Watch. This is fine. Oh, thank you, Walter. How you doing? That's so tremendous. Thank you very much. I won't cut my tongue. Don't worry about it. My tongue is tremendous. It's so strong. It can withstand a lot. It's not fake news. Anyway, thank you for the 29 likes, everybody. Let's get one more like. Anyway, is everybody okay today? So where are you from, all you tremendous people? I'm from the US of A. It's not fake news. I live in America, the greatest country in the world. Are you gonna be here for a while, or have you been streaming for a bit? Yeah, I've been on for 3 hours and 21 minutes. I've been on a long time, but yeah. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you very much. Huh. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Yeah, so it's been like, what is it? About a year into like Trump's second term or something. Thank you for the 96 faults. We're almost on 100, so yeah. Yeah, it's totally different today than it was yesterday. It was actually like sunny and kind of, it was actually quite decent yesterday. It was cold, but it was, yeah, oh God, here we go. Yeah, we got all these friggin', bots. NPCs. I always just keep doing all that, it's just kind of silly. But yeah, you're just that desperate for attention or something, I don't know. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Hello, American Swede. How you doing? Is that American as in a Swedish American person, or is it Swede from America, as in like the vegetable? Thank you, Baka Sensei. How are you doing? And we got to 100 volts. Thank you. Hello, Victor, whatever. You just keep coming in with your bot comments. Hello, Brittany. Oh, thank you, Brittany. Thank you very much. Like, have these people got nothing better to do? Am I Russian? I'm not from Russia. Comparesthemarket.com. Comparesthemarket.com. Yes, I live in the UK. What about you, Brittany? I look Russian. I've had people saying that I look Russian. It might be the hair. The haircut is look a bit Russian. I don't know. It's just I just have a certain look about me. Brittany says California. It's like my name's like Brittany Johnson, and I'm from like California. I was just taking the piss out of like the whole Valley Girl thing, where they do this like inflection at the end of the sentence. Okay, whatever. Vay, can you just I'll just put you into timeout. Goodbye. We don't need any of that crap doing here. Hello, Albin. Welcome back. How are you doing? I'm from like California and I'm like so awesome. I'm just messing around, you know. Hope you're all right, Brittany. Just I do Donald Trump impressions also. It's so tremendous. Hang on. So they, Victor, just keep coming in with shit. Hang on a sec. Coming in with multiple accounts. Have you got nothing better to do? I mean, come on. That is sad. Sing James Brown. I feel good. Do 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 do. Yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah. I feel nice. Do 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 do. Yeah, that song that was like called "I Feel Good." Anyway, says that whatever, you know. I thought my internet froze. Why? I call it. Your life good to see you. How you doing? Not seen you for a while. I feel food. Oh really? Why you eating food or something? Ice Wizard, why you thought your internet froze something. Thank you for the like. That was like, what was it called? Life on Random, or was it called or something? That account. Quidditch playing the instrument. Isn't Quidditch from Harry Potter? Live is going good, great job. Thank you very much. Oh, you mean my live is going great? What you're saying? If I may ask, are you currently in the UK? Yes, I am. Yes, I'm in York in the UK. Yes. The UK is a tremendous country. It's so great. But it's not as great as the USA. The USA will kick UK's ass any day. That's not fake news. What's it like there? I mean, it's just kind of dull here at the moment where I am. It's been dull and wet. We had some snow this morning though, but it's washed away now. Yeah. How are we doing, people? Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. That would be really appreciated. Yeah, what's everybody up to then? What time is it over there? It is 14:40, so that's like 2:40 p.m. right now here in the UK. So we're at 106 volts. That is crazy. Anyway, so yeah, 600 views on the live. Right. Hi, Doom Guy. American Swede says he's gotta watch what he said. What you on about? What's going on here? Harmonica. This is not a harmonica. It's a mouth harp. 30 years old. Oh, really? You're just a year older than me then. When's your birthday? I'm 30 years old. That's not fake news. Thank you for the 36 likes. That's so tremendous. Hello, Sheriff. How you doing? Oh, really? You play that in India, do you? Oh, December 27th, so you've just turned 31 then, have you? Oh, cool. Yeah, hello, hot diddly dog. Welcome back. How you doing? Good to see you again. How's your day going? You was here yesterday, weren't you? Hello, Hero Honda. Nice miracle. Oh, thank you very much. I got the whole thing down. I got the hand gestures. I got the head kind of tilted to the side. You got to make sure you have it all. Kind of funny. Oh, that's good. Thank you. I was also doing Andrew Tate, so I just put on these sunglasses, kind of like aviators, kind of, to imitate Andrew Tate. You're watching the Top G. Oh, thank you, Brittany. I'm so handsome. Thank you for reminding me. I know I'm so handsome. Oh, goodness. I'm the most handsome man on YouTube. All the people lurking are probably just masturbating over me. Donald Trump he's not a brokey. He's made billions from real estate. He's one of my best friends. Hell yeah, the glasses. Okay, thank you. Oh God, hang on. Okay, I've got to just get rid of this. Yeah, this just the name's kind of, that's not appropriate, is it? Thank you for the 40 likes, everyone. Cool. All right. I don't think we're going to get to 50 likes, are we? That would be kind of taking the piss, probably. You all should join my real world university. It's got lots of courses and lots of support that'll help you escape the matrix. Unless you join it, you can't escape the matrix. With the sunglasses on, you look like you belong on the movie Top Gun. Oh yeah, what's it called? Tom Cruise. Yeah. Hello, hey, it's Brenner. Follow the white rabbit. What do you mean? Hi, Jogo. Handsome and funny and talented. Oh, thank you very much. I'm also a magician as well, so I do lots of tricks. Well, they're not tricks, they are real magic. It's not fake news. I do lots of card tricks. I do this one. Hello there, Reza May. How you doing? Hope you're well today. So I've got this one here, 2 of clubs. What's this? All I have to do is tap it, and then boom, it changes into the 7 of hearts. Now, I can change it back if you like. Watch this. All I have to do is just take it like this, and I just give it a little shake like that, right? And it changes back. You can impersonate as well. Yeah, I do like to just kind of impersonate people. There's another impression that I like to do sometimes. You kind of have this sort of aggressive persona about you. You have to kind of, do this. I'm fucking Gordon fucking Ramsay, and that's food I cannot give to my fucking customers, can I? You are serving food in a fucking Michelin fucking star restaurant, and how can I give that to my fucking customers. That tastes like arse sandwich. Yeah, idiot fucking sandwich. You. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay with Tourette's. Well, he just slurs all the time, doesn't he? Yeah. There's this comedian from Liverpool. His name's John Bishop, and he talks a bit like this, doesn't he? The most famous sculptor in the country. Gordon Ramsay from Mother Russia. What do you mean? He's saying that it was Gordon Ramsay if he looked Russian or something, because people are saying I look Russian or something. Hope you're all having a good day today anyway. 112 volts, wow. Yes. That wasn't fucking sushi, that was fucking... What the fuck was that? Hello, Lewis, how you doing? Hello, Simtrons. I'm not fucking Russian, am I? I'm fucking British. Can you not tell by my fucking accent? I'm from the UK. I serve food at a Michelin fucking star restaurant. I own the... I don't think I sound Russian, do I? What other impressions can I do? If you know who Billy Connolly is, then what do you think? Sounds very windswept and interesting. Billy Connolly, very funny guy. Do you like jokes? Yes, I do like jokes, yes. What's your favourite joke? Subscribe, my Russian brother. All hair. Okay, really? Oh, good. Thank you for subscribing. Could you impersonate Voldemort? No, I can't do that. How do I do Voldemort? What would be illegal going on here, white man? I'm not doing anything illegal, am I? American Swede says, how do American accents sound to Brits? Oh, here we go. Cranberry Man, hello, what's the best sport to watch on TV? I don't watch TV. American, here we go. Here's the American accent. So I always want to say that, it sounds so awesome to me. It's like, they always sound so happy and jolly and, how are you today? Oh, come on, man. Come on, cheer up, man. Come on, it's so awesome to be alive right now, or having such a dope-ass time. Evolve fights are the best. So what do you mean? I don't know what that is, sorry. Oh, that's actually really good. Oh, really? Really, Simtrons. Where's that? Is that somewhere in Asia, it sounds like? Anyway. We got 43 likes on the live, so cool. Oh, Russia. Oh, really? It sounds like a place in Asia somewhere. Like you've got was it Dagestan, or you've got Kazakhstan or whatever, so. Brittany says, why did the blonde go to Taco Bell asking for a tequila sunrise? Because they have happy hour. I don't get it. Good luck, mate, says Mayor. Oh, thank you. You too. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here, people. Hello, Jingy Rumso. What do you mean? What does that say? Or Islam? I don't know what that is. Sorry. Right. I don't know. Yeah. Khabib, I don't know what you're saying. Something religious IG. What's IG? Says 45 likes now. Thank you very much, everybody. Nice one. Yeah. So yeah, everyone that's watching, I will be back later as well. So just to let you know, later this evening. So. Hi, Mayor. How you doing? Old Jingy says Ronaldo or Messi. I would probably say Ronaldo. I mean, he's like, what, 40 years old? And he's still playing. It's pretty cool. But I don't watch football, though, so I don't know. I do magic tricks and stuff, which I also do, like, just kind of cool shit like that with the cards. Just to show off sometimes, you know? Yeah. Right. All right, what card would you like out of the deck? Just mention a card, okay? Which card would you like? I'm going to just pick one out of the deck right now, but you have to tell me which one I've picked. Which card did I pick? Hello, Sheriff. 8th card from the right. No, it's going to like, this ain't going to work, is it? What's your favorite joke? I don't know, it's hard because some of my favorite jokes can be a bit dark. But yeah, I don't know, it's hard to really say what my favorite joke would be, but let me think. Favorite jokes. I don't know, I can't really say anything too dark on here, really. But there's one that like goes, how many potatoes does it take to kill an Irish person? Hello, Cloud One Man. How you doing? For 400 years, that word has been keeping us. What's that? What's word? What word? Sorry, I wasn't doing the trick now, but I'll just go with another trick, I guess. I don't know. What I want somebody to do is let me know if you want to take part. I'll just go with the first person in this one, right? I'm going to show you 10 cards, and I'm going to look away when I'm doing this. But, oh, you want to do it? Okay, Cloud, I'll do it. Okay, so we're going to go 10 cards. I want you to remember one of the cards. Hello, Max Power. Remember one of the cards, and then I want you to remember which position it is in, but don't tell me until I've shown all the cards. So we're going to start off with like, okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hopefully you got a card. Okay, do you get a card? 47, almost 50. Yeah, come on, can we get 50 likes on this live real quick? So you've done that, okay. So now what I want you to do is tell me what position it's in. So we just want to make sure that, yeah, the cards still were, okay, it's in position 1, is it really? Position 1 out of 10. So, well, funny enough, let's have a look. Well, let's see. What card is this? You sure this is your card? You sure this is your card? The, was that 4 of diamonds? No? What about the next card? This one? Is it this one? 10 of spades? What about this one? The 5 of hearts? No? This one? The queen of spades? Or this one? Or this one? Or this one? Or this one? What's going on? What, none of these are your card? How is that even possible? That none of them... Are you like trying to mess me around here or something? What's going on? No, it's not filled. You see something? I'll just show you guys. Because, you see, I tricked you the whole time. Look, there's one card. on my seat. You see? That is your selected ace of diamonds. Blood tonight. Yeah, you're tricked. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Hope everyone's well. I know how you did it, but still creative. Yeah. Oh, cool. Do you know any card tricks then or something? Yeah. It won't work IRL though. It could actually. I guess it depends if you've got an audience around you. It might not work then. What's that? You know like 5 basic things. What do you know then? Trick reveal. I mean, what's the lows like there? It started getting a bit ridiculous. Hi, Looney. Used to get my little bro by sorting the deck into 2 decks, a black deck and a red deck. Ask him to pick one from each. Put in up piles. So easy to find. Shuffle before he realizes he hates it. Oh, I don't know that one. You might have to show me that one, but it just reminds me there was a trick called Out of This World where you basically like sort cards into red and black. They have to guess which one's red or black, but you don't show them. And then at the end of the trick, they're all in like basically in the piles that they guessed basically. But there's a trick to it, and I'm not gonna reveal it on here. Hi Ashley, nice to meet you. How you doing? We got 47 likes now. Can we get to 50 likes real quick before I finish the live? I haven't got long left, guys. So hi Cube Squared, how you doing? What do you mean? Look at me. What? Anyway. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Share the live if you can. Follow if you're new. Yeah. So easy 50 likes if you reveal next time. Oh god. Which other one could I do? Alright. It can be hard to do some on here sometimes, but I know a lot of like the kind of self-working type of tricks where you would kind of deal cards down, like some call them counting card tricks or mathematical tricks or whatever. It's just like there's one where you use 9 cards. I could show you a really simple trick if you like. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So as long as you have 9 cards, so this one is the 9 card trick basically. Some call it the lie detector trick. So what you do, right, is you would have them pick a card from the deck, and what you do is when you go and put it back, it has to go into like the 3rd position. So you would just take 2 cards off and then just put it into the 3rd position like this. And then what you can do is just now you could try and shuffle and make it look like you're kind of mixing the cards up, but what you would do is just kind of go like 1, 2, and then kind of just what you would do then is just kind of go 1, 2, 3, E. So you got this is the card, okay, and then you would just kind of go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then put the rest under. So their card is still in the 3rd position. So make sure their card is in the 3rd position. It's important for that. Hello, Meon444. How you doing? So yeah, just doing a little card trick. So make sure their card is in the 3rd position when you start the trick. So I could just start off 1, 2. So you just look like you're shuffling them, but you want to make sure you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just drop the rest under. So yeah, their card is now 3rd position from the top. Oh, really? I show speed. Oh, really? 147 likes it's showing on my end. So, okay. So what you do, you ask them, you tell them, say, okay, I need you to tell me what your card is, but you can lie, but the deck will know. So let's say they say, for example, they say that their card is, let's say the ace of spades, okay? So it's the eight of spades, but let's say they say it's the ace of spades. So what you're going to do now is you're going to count, you're going to deal ace, A, C, E, put the rest on top. Then you're going to go OF, OF, spades. So SPADES. Then to reveal it, you're going to spell found. You're going to go FOUND, and that reveals their card every single time, and it does not matter what card they say their card is, because look, again, put it back into the third position. Watch this, eight of spades, put it into the third position. Okay, so what you do is you just, so you're just going to like say, oh, let's say they tell the truth this time, right? Peter, how you doing? Hope you're well. 49 likes, cool. So let's say they say eight of spades, EIGHT, okay, OF. And then spades, we go SPADES. And then found, FOUND, and it finds their card. It doesn't matter if they tell the truth or lie. So it's just a cool one. You can just like, yeah. Hello, Mr. S8J50. Yeah, thank you. Cryptic Places, how's it going? Hey, James Bond, love from India. Oh, thank you very much. I'm James Bond. I'm Daniel Craig, but I'm talking like I'm Donald Trump for some reason because I'm so awesome. I can be whatever I want to be. I'm like a shapeshifter. I've changed my shape, but my voice still sounds like Donald Trump. It's so weird. It's so strange. But yeah, 51 likes, cool. Thank you for the likes, everybody. Thank you for subscribing, everybody. That's all right. 4.04k now. We've gone up by like 20 subs. Hello, Selexplicit. Can I get an opinion on something? My girl took a picture with a guy she used to talk with while she was in another state, and she never told me about it. Am I wrong to be upset? Yeah, I think that if you're doing things without telling somebody, then that's a red flag, I would say. Are you a right winger? I don't really sort of really kind of align myself with any side of politics, really. I find politics is generally just kind of a lot of BS, a lot of it, and I don't feel like I'm really represented on any side, if you will. Hello, oh god, here we go again with this, troll name, whatever. Anyway, it's just, yeah, I have to time them out again, but yeah. Anyway, what we got here? Hello, Andy, how you doing? Trump is the... What's Ning? What's a Ning? Looney says, upset about a picture is stupid if you truly love each other. I mean, I don't know, like, it's just, it's like, if you feel like it's a bit kind of sus or something, like, why would they not tell you if they're, is this some guy that she was with, like some kind of ex? I find that if they're talking with exes and stuff like that when they're with somebody, a bit of a red flag, don't you think? I don't know. What do you guys think? Hello, Rith. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I was gonna get off by now, but yeah. At this point, you are mad. You don't trust, not mad at the picture is my point. What do you mean? What you're saying that it's a lack of trust or something? I mean, I don't know, but everyone's gonna have their own opinion. Like, I don't know, like, just go back to like the actual comment and saying, what is it? I'd be upset, but I'd do my best to properly communicate about it with the person. I think the problem is when you don't communicate, then that leads to breaking somebody's trust. So it's saying about my girl took a picture with a guy she used to talk with her while she was in another state. So was she actually with this guy or not? Or something, I don't know. Just why take a picture with him? I don't know. I don't really understand the whole thing of women having male friends or if say a man had a female friend. I don't know. I mean, it can happen, I guess, but especially when you're with somebody else, why would you be going and looking for friends of the opposite gender? It does seem a bit kind of sus, but I don't know. Everyone's got their own opinion on that. At this point, and I've just read that one. Me, how you doing? Not too bad, thank you. SHKA, how's it going? I'm Edward. Oh God, here we go. Am I real or AI? I'm AI, Escher. Yes, I'm AI. How would someone share contact information with another person on YouTube without making it public? Why? You want to share contact? Brittany says, I agree with you, by the way. Yeah, you all have to understand UK has lost free speech. He can get in trouble for saying the wrong thing, makes me a piss for them. It's not right. Yeah, someone even said earlier that I could get in trouble just for saying some of the stuff I've said today. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? That, if someone reports you to the police or something, you could get arrested because you're, seen as like a domestic terrorist or something, just for saying something like maybe we should be a bit more kind of, I don't know. It's like you don't know what you can even get away with anymore because, you start blurring the lines between it and yeah. Happy birthday to you, morning, Nell. Prize Joel, how's it going? Escher, yes, I'm AI, yeah. Oh, you'd like to? Oh, really? But aren't you in the States, you said, though, so that's kind of like far away, but, hello, Save Room Podcast. They better not looking at my Xbox party chat records. What are you on about? The hell? Oh, goodness. I need to go, guys, because I go to the shop before it shuts, and then I think I'm going to the gym, so, yeah. But I hope everyone has a great day. It's been an absolute blast today, so thank you all for hanging out with us. And am I angry? I'm not angry. I'm doing fine, thank you. So yeah. So yeah, just I've been opening my horizons. What do you mean? But yeah, if you want to get me on Instagram, it's at Jamie Brown JB95, I think it is. So if you want to message me over there, then yeah. Anyway, right. How many views has this live got? Love to have a full convo with you, man. Oh, really? Oh, thank you. Looney says, get you some Brit. Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah. It seemed to go better in the second half of this live. It was kind of a bit slow at the beginning, but then you never really know with these things, do you? And we've got 717 views. Oh, well. All right, guys. Well, everybody, yeah, have a lovely evening. Yeah, you too, Brittany. Proj Well, hi, how you doing? Hope you're well. I might get some short out later, but yeah. So everybody just, take care of yourselves, and I'll be back on later. So, all right, peace out, everyone. Bye for now.